Advice, Asian men and broads. All right, this is interesting. I never heard this. I don't think I've ever had. I'm already anticipating. I've not had this question before. Bill, as an Asian man, oh my God, I was at a 4-way stop the other day, and I fucked up and pulled out in front of this guy, and this Asian dude's looking at me like, what the fuck is your problem? And I wanted to be like, huh, you see, stereotypes aren't true, are they? I was the idiot. All right. As an Asian man, I feel like the system is rigged against me for romance. I'm a senior in college right now, pretty fit, awesome grades, no shit, somewhat a gym bro, and I've had experiences before on first and second base, but can't seem to hit a home run with the ladies. These broads in college just don't think Asian men are attractive. Whether it's the small dick jokes being, I mean, that didn't help you guys. Being the most non-attractive male race just ain't going to cut it, even if you have confidence in just approach. Dude, cancel all of that shit. Cancel. As a bald, redheaded male, dude, what you need is a vibe. I'm going to send you a fucking video, man. I'm going to send you a fucking video. I'm going to have the great John Travolta is Vinnie Barbarino set you fucking straight. This is one of my favorite fucking clips. It's hilarious, and in a way, it's absolutely true. Go on Instagram. I'm going to post it. He's teaching Arnold Horseshack. He's teaching Arnold Horseshack about how to get with the lady. Dude, all you need is a vibe. Okay? You just need a fucking vibe. He said, I'm about to commission into the Army soon as an officer, and I'm worried it'll be harder to find romance. What are your thoughts? And fuck you. This is my thoughts. Hit the gym. Fucking get your confidence up. I'm feeling like you're like the comic who's walking on stage already feeling like they're going to bomb, and then they bomb. I feel like you're on your heels. All right? Who gives a shit? Just be fucking, do it. Who gives a fuck? Just get up there and swing for the fences. You're going to connect at some point, and you're going to get laid. And then you're going to get the monkey off your back. You're going to be relaxed, and it's going to be raining. All right? That's how you got to think about it. All right? You're going to do fine. All right? I mean, if I did all right out there, you're going to do fine. You're going to do great. Okay? Just fucking, I cannot stress that enough. You got to just have confidence, and you got to have a sense of humor. Dude, hitting on chicks and getting shut down, okay, getting the Heisman is fucking hilarious. And once you find the humor in it, dude, bombing as a comic, it's something as humiliating as it's fucking funny. Making mistakes, fucking up is hilarious, all right? And if you can laugh at yourself and not give a fuck, all this people want to be around you. Because everybody, that's what people are going for in life, is when something bad happens, to not let it depress them so they can enjoy life rather than walking around, moping around, listening to fucking emo music and just giving into the fact, that, things haven't worked out to you at that point in life. Fuck all of that, dude. Fuck all of that, okay? I mean, Jesus Christ. You're in the prime of your goddamn life, all right? You're a little bit of a late bloomer. I was too. It all works out, okay? You hear me? It's going to work out. And I'm posting that Vinnie Barbarino clip just for you. All right, Bill, how do you tell a girl she sucks in bed? Oh, Jesus. Hey, Bill, how do you tell a girl she sucks in bed without hurting her feelings or making her embarrassed? Is it okay to give pointers in the bedroom, or would it make me look like a dick? Help me out, Bill. Go fuck yourself. All right, the first half. There's no way to tell a girl she sucks in bed. There's no way for a woman to tell a guy he sucks in bed without hurting the feelings. All right? Let's be politically correct. There's no way for a guy to tell another guy if they're living an alternative lifestyle, 2013. No one wants to hear that. Well, this is what I would do. You can't just make somebody good in bed. The potential has to be there. There has to be a certain God-given talent. You know what I mean? I mean, some women, they reach for your package like they're they're grabbing something out of the cupboard. You know what I mean? There's just no. You know what's funny about women being bad in bed is there's not a lot of stories. I think guys not knowing what they're doing is pretty well documented, and guilty is charged. Guilty is charged, you know. But it's definitely a two-way street. What I would do is, if you feel she has potential, rather than give her pointers, like, hey, listen, you're doing a great job in there. Here's a couple things, like make some halftime adjustments. Maybe you could do that, like stop halfway through fucking, you know, have her run into the bathroom, and as you run in, somebody interviews you. You know, well, you know, the first half hour was pretty good. There's definitely some things we could do better. You know, my balls are kind of lonely, and, you know, she's kind of, you know, she doesn't have a good rhythm. We're going to try to work on our rhythm in the second half. All right, yeah, go fuck yourself. You know, runs back in. I would suggest rather than, okay, definitely don't tell her she sucks. Do not give pointers. I would, the key word here is guiding. Guiding and informative moaning. I would say would be the most user-friendly way to protect this girl's feelings. That's what you have to do. I need more information. Do you feel she's aware? How does she suck in bed? Like I said, is she grabbing your dick like she's, you know, reaching into a mailbox to see what the fuck's in there, or is she just shy? You got to help me out here. I don't know. You know, that's what I would do. I would guide her, and by guide her, I don't mean pushing her head down. Guiding, no forcing, none of that type of stuff, and then where you got to be Simon Cowell is don't give her any sympathetic moans. Once she starts picking up that the moans, you know, don't give her any sympathy once. If it ain't doing it for you, don't give her a, yeah, no, don't do that. Just dead silence. Okay, she has to know it's not working. I don't know what to tell you, dude. I know I told this story before. I hooked up with this girl one time, and we were having sex doggy style. And, you know, when I come forward, you're supposed to back in, you know, like we're clapping with crotches. Is that a fucking, is that one of those dances with wolves names? Clapping with crotches? Sorry, hacky joke. Yeah, no, what she was doing, when I went back, she went back. When I went forward, she went forward. So I was in her, but there was no friction. So I was starting to have a performance problem before I ever so gently put one hand on her hip and the other on the back of her neck and just sort of stopped her, went back, and then pulled her. But it still didn't work. It was like, not only did she not know how to do it, she was, I think, almost as tall as I was, you know. So doggy style, you know, they got to have kind of like, you know, you can get a little too high there, you know, without getting too graphic. So I was already dealing with that, you know. I don't know. Beautiful girl, though. A little bit of advice here. Listen to this fucking situation this guy got himself into. All right, Bill, my girlfriend is 10 years older than me. Oh, Jesus. She has 2 kids. Oh, Jesus. And has been married and divorced twice. Dude, what the fuck? I'm 26. Jesus Christ. College graduate. Has any of this made any sense to any of you? Would anybody else be out there, 26, college fucking graduate, have a girlfriend 10 years older than you with 2 kids who's been married and divorced twice? Good God, man. He goes, I consider myself somewhat intelligent. I'm sure you are, but not in this area. by that, I mean you should have no problem understanding this email. Well, yeah, I know. Everybody trashes me. I know. I'm the worst when it comes to reading this shit. So anyways, here we go. He says, 4 weeks ago, I found text messages to some dude on my girlfriend's phone that, although innocent enough, made it clear that whoever she was texting was on more familiar grounds than just some work colleague or a friend. Jesus Christ, dude. Is there going to be a happy ending here? I confronted her about it, and it predictably led to a lot of finger pointing. We went back and forth for a few days and aired out our grievances, but it seemed agreeable. Now he makes, I guess, point number 2. 2 more weeks pass by, and lo and behold, I find more text messages from the same fucking guy. At first I tell myself, okay, maybe she can't break things off with this dude so quickly. Jesus Christ, dude. You know, sometimes liberal thought is a great thing. Like, let's have a fair fucking trial for somebody before we hang them from the nearest tree. But then there's times it's fucking stupid. This is just liberal thought to the, I mean, how much of a benefit of the doubt can you give somebody, you know? So he goes, so I confront her about it. And this leads to another round of finger pointing, at which point she tells me to pack my shit and leave. Well, dude, I'm going to tell you right now, before I read the rest of it, that's fucking great. You didn't have to do any dirty work. You're out. You're fucking out. So anyways, he goes, we're separated for a week when she asked me to come back and move in. Dude, this chick is a fucking psycho. Here we go. We talk about our future together. How sorry she is to have done that to me, etc., etc. For fuck's sakes, we were even talking about getting married when things finally fucking evened out. I was full of piss and vinegar and felt vindicated that I was the one wronged in the whole situation, and that she was actually making good by taking responsibility for what she had done. Dude, taking responsibility would have been fucking after... Dude, the second you see those weird texts, I'm telling you right now, just get out of the relationship. There isn't, oh, sorry about that. No, that's it. It's over. It's fucking over. But whatever. You're 26. I guess you still haven't learned. I was dumb in my 20s, so here we go. Let's read the rest of this. All was well and good until she didn't come home this Thursday night, November 11th. She came in Friday morning with no explanation, no apology, no nothing. She asked me to give her some more time, but I decided to cut bait and just get the fuck out of this situation. Hang on a second, everybody. Sorry, I had to give him a little applause break there. Of course, now I'm racked with guilt of leaving the woman I loved and lived with for the past 5 fucking years. You got with her when you were 21, dude? She was 31. Wait, let's do the math. She was 31. You were 21. She was already married twice. All right, this chick's a psycho. And you know what that means? She's fucking great in bed. You were 21. She fucking devastated you with fucking her pussy, right? Best blowjob you ever had. Isn't that what happened? And next thing you know, you were too young and dumb and you fell for her. Ah, Jesus Christ. You stayed there for 5 fucking years. So anyway, I guess this chick's still calling him, telling him she still wants to get back together. I feel like every time I sack up and do what I think is best for me, she wants me back. And every time when I do what's best for us as a couple, she uses that as an opportunity to fuck with me all over again. Yes, yes. You're absolutely right. Listen to your gut. This guy, see, he knows the fucking answers. He's listening to his gut. Good fucking man. Is it just that chicks can't handle a guy that is emotionally invested, or do I just happen to be dealing with one of those sociopaths that doesn't give a fuck what she does so long as it suits her in the moment? Yes, there's plenty of fucking good women. Well, there's not plenty of good women. There's good women out there, all right? Just like a good man's hard to find. Finding a good woman is also difficult, all right? But no, you happen to be dealing with an absolute fucking sociopath. All right? She had a fucked up childhood. Something happened to her. She either got touched, her fucking dad took off. I don't know. Or she just got she got one of those bad brains. You know? I can tell you guys my theory on that. The A brain, the B brain, and the C brain. The A brain is the genius. The B brain is the, dude, he's a good fucking shit. You know? Fitzy.
And then the C brain is you're a fucking mouth-breathing moron. All right? And when it comes to being a sociopath, that's like just like getting an option on the car. All brains come with that option. It's all available. Like satellite radio. You know, you can get satellite radio in a fucking Bentley. You can also get it in my fucking Prius. All right? So, did that make any fucking sense? You got a sociopath with the fucking... She could even have the A brain. That's the sad thing about having a fucked up childhood. She could actually be a fucking genius. But she's got that sociopath shit. So tell her to go call fucking Dr. Drew. All right? And you get the fuck out of the relationship. So anyways, he'd say, I'd imagine you'd agree that I did the right thing. But it always helps to get a little bit of better perspective on it. Dude, I totally understand. You've been in a 5-year relationship. You're emotionally invested in this shit. So you know what the right thing to do is, but your emotions keep fucking with you, all right? So what you got to know is just, look, going through a breakup is painful, all right? It's not going to not be painful, but just because it's painful doesn't mean that it's not the right thing to do. You are 100 fucking percent doing the right fucking thing. You're 26 years old. You're in the prime of your fucking life, all right? Get out of that situation, okay? She's 10 years older than you. By the time you're 29, she's going to be hitting fucking menopause, all right? Or something like that, whatever. Sliding into it, I have no fucking idea what she's going to be doing. She's going to be wearing those mom jeans at that point, if she's not already, which I don't think she is. She's probably that fucking, you know, that anorexic cougar look, you know? Where they got a varicose vein in between their fucking, you can see their breastplate. Jesus Christ, Bill, stay on topic. Yeah, so dude, just get out of that. Hang out with your fucking fellas. You know, hang out with your buddies. Go out and fucking have some beers. Join a gym. Get fucking shredded. Go out and start talking shit when you're ready. But don't go back to that, man. You dodged a fucking bullet. The fact that you were with her for 5 years and you didn't knock her up and you got out of it, and even after 5 years, you're only 26 years old. You made the best fucking move you're going to make. All right? And now this is what you need to do. You've been in a relationship for 5 years. You need to be single for at least a fucking year and a half. And I don't mean just be single and fucking booze. Figure out what the fuck you're looking for. All right? And when you meet a girl, if she doesn't have it, just bang her and leave. You know? There's nothing wrong with having a good fucking time, but do not get sucked into another fucking relationship because you're gonna have to go through this shit again. You know, where you're just sitting there and you know it's fucking wrong, but you don't want to go through the fucking pain of it, and you keep coming back. It's a fucking nightmare. It's a fucking nightmare. Good for you, sir. I'm fucking proud of you. You did the right thing. You're sort of fucking wavering because you're going through the emotions. You're only 26. You got with her when you were 21. It's probably your first major fucking breakup. So it's acceptable that you fucked up and went back that second time. But do not go back again. And if any of your fucking friends are listening to this, don't let them do that shit. All right? Tie him to a fucking bar stool and start throwing drinks down his throat.
Anyway, advice. By the way, can more people like that please write in? Advice. Hey, Bill, love your podcast, bro. Been a fan for years through your stand-ups and movies, etc. I have an issue, Bill. I myself am black and am dating a white woman. Oh, Jesus, why would you do that? Who has an interracial child. Parentheses, not a problem. Okay, the problem is the way her kid behaves. I was just fucking with the white chick thing, by the way. Okay, the problem is the way her kid behaves. I was brought up in the whoop your kid era that we as a society have forgotten. Yeah, I don't think you want to do that. You don't do that. The kid is 4 and seems to get away with murder, talking back, acting out, the whole nine, you know. I really like this woman, but she seems to get upset when I mention anything about her kid's behavior. Like it's normal or some shit. I wasn't brought up that way, so his behavior bothers me. Just thinking about his behavior is bothering me too. So should I stick it out and just deal with it? Or should I say fuck that and move on? Thanks for listening and stay funny. Hope I hear this on your podcast, you ginger bastard. I say you say fuck it and move on. Because if I think you really had feelings for this woman, that would have come up. and you would have said, I really like this person. I love her. I'm really into her. This is just something that I'm just worried is going to be. You didn't say any of that. You're just like, yeah, I'm dating this white broad. She's got an interracial kid. Not a problem. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, but as far as if you do decide to stick around, okay, you don't need to hit kids. You should never hit kids. That's not a good way to do it. You just have to remember the kid's 4 and can't reach the food. So you have all the power. All right? I'm not saying starve him either. I'm just using that as an example that you are totally controlling the environment. But if you're dealing with this woman who sounds like you're having a good time banging her, but I don't see like you're into her. But if it moves on to another level, then at the very least, the kid has to respect you. And you can do that without raising your voice. You can do that without inflicting pain. You can do it without starving them. But you just don't tolerate it. Like, when they start whining and crying, you don't even address it. Let them have that little hissy fit, flip out, and then whatever they hissy fitting and flipping out about, you still don't give them. And then just say to them, like, why would I give you whatever the hell I want an ice cream? Why would I give you ice cream after you just behave like that? Because I want it. Yeah, you're never going to get ice cream when you behave like that. And that's how it is. Now, you can go deal with that now and go flip out and throw yourself on the couch. I don't give a fuck. Okay? You're not strong enough to open the fridge, so you're not getting it until you behave the way you need to be behaving. So that's what I do if you stick around. But I mean, just the way you wrote about her, I would move on. All right, masturbating or cheating. Hey, Bill Burrington, Burlington Raincoat Factory, Burlington Coat Factory. I got it. Oh, Burlington. You did have the L in there. I couldn't see it. Hey, Billy Burlington Coat Factory, Raincoat Factory. For your love of raincoats over umbrellas. Oh, I love a raincoat. I live in Florida, and to me, a man who uses either is a little limp-wristed. Oh, yeah? You got those steel balls hanging off the back of your truck. But that is an old-school guy thing, that if you actually dress for the weather, that makes you a pussy. You always have to act like it's a nice spring day. But moving on to ask your advice. I've been with my fiance for 8 years now, and even before dating, I had become bored with regularly watching porn online, masturbation. So one day, 10 years ago, I discovered online dating sites, oh boy, and started to talk to women I met online, on the phone. Sorry. And it would eventually, what the hell is it? Led to phone sex. Ever since then, masturbating by myself is uninteresting and unfulfilling. I've continued this practice since being exclusive with my current fiance and was wondering if it's considered cheating. That's always an easy question. If you told her you were doing this, how would she react? I never used my real name and haven't updated my pics since initially signing up 10 years ago and never met any of the women offline. I use them for phone sex as long as possible, and then when they want to move things further along, I stop speaking to them. I've never cheated on any previous girlfriends in my life and was wondering your thoughts on this. Thanks in advance. P.S. I love the podcast, and go fuck yourself. Yeah, talk to a therapist. Talk to a therapist. One of the problems that is developed in this age of technology is, you're addicted to phone sex. And I had like a porn addiction that I finally realized, hey, I'm fucking doing this all the time. This is how you know you're addicted to porn. If you try to jerk off with just your thoughts and you can't make it happen, you got a fucking problem that needs to be addressed. So I would talk to a professional and just say you have a problem, and I would nip this in the bud. Is that how you say it? I always forget, butt or bud. Nip it in the bud and just fucking handle this shit before you get married. Because living a life like that is going to wear on you, and you're going to feel like a piece of shit. So I wouldn't do that. I mean, how would you like it if she was doing that? Would you consider that not cheating? Of course you would. What you're doing is wrong. So I would go to a therapist and talk to them, and they will fucking help it out. And you don't need to be embarrassed. They have heard every fucking thing in the world, And what you have here is like a misdemeanor compared to what the fuck they hear every goddamn day. And they'll help you through it, and you'll be back to being a really sort of a normal person. Because this whole fucking thing, jerking off using technology, is if you really think about it, goes against the laws of nature, because it did not exist for 99% of the time that human beings have been on Earth. And I feel like we are all the lab rats of it right now. And I feel like in the future, people are going to be way more careful about what they watch, way more careful about everything, and way more like monitoring it. Where back in the day, you had a bottle of scotch in the bottom fucking desk drawer. Mary Tyler Moore, she'd come in, oh, Mr. Grant, she'd be all upset, and he'd fucking pour her a drink. He did that today, that'd be the end of your fucking career. So, this shit is just sort of like, when cocaine first came out, doctors said it was no more addicting than caffeine, and then a bunch of people ruined their lives over it. So don't ruin your life over this. You got a great person that you want to marry, you owe it to them and yourself. Go to a therapist, work it out, and I think you'll be fine. All right, advice on divorced parents. Dear Billy, Nia's box breaker. Oh, Jesus. Love your comedy and hope things are well with Nia and the kids. I have a problem I could use some advice with. My father divorced my mother after 18 years of marriage. I was 9 years old. I'm 23 now. My father told us he left her for the way she approached parenting. So she'd yell when trying to get us to do something, and other examples I won't get into. My mother believes my father cheated on her and left. This might be true since he entered a relationship immediately after filing for divorce. Yeah, that's usually a red flag. But I honestly don't know. Since then, I've built great relationships with both and love them very much. Here's my problem. During the divorce, my father claims my mother took a substantial amount of ammunition and ammunition loading components. He manufactures his own ammos out of spent casings, which are valued very highly, especially now during the pandemic. My father always mentioned wanting to get it all back. I'd like to see it returned since both my father and I are avid shooters, and it's something we've bonded over. While I never seen this stuff at my mother's place after she sold the original house, I wouldn't put it past her to have taken it. I just don't know how to bring it up to my mother without starting any problems or causing any drama. During the divorce, things got very heated with both parents filing restraining orders on each other. At one point, first my dad wasn't allowed to see my sister and I for 3 months, and my mother wasn't allowed to see us for a month. Any advice you can give me on how to approach this would be greatly appreciated. All right, dude, I would stay out of it. I'd stay out of it. I mean, if that's how the divorce went down and you're talking ammunition and guns, I would fucking stay out of that. That is an easy one. Just stay out of it. Just listen to your dad. Yep, that sucks. Maybe someday, she'll come around. But do not insert yourself in. It's not your fault that they got divorced. It's not your fault that they handled the divorce the way they did. It's not your fault your mother did or didn't take the shit. You're not a gumshoe. It's not your job, dude. Don't be taking on other people's fucking problems, even if they're your parents. Let them work that shit out. And considering they're very volatile people, this whole fucking things with guns and ammos and shit, I would just leave it alone. That's what I would do. All right, rhythms of comedy. What's up? What's up, Pinky? I like that because that works in an obvious way. And then also, I'm a liberal lefty, so you might think I'm a commie. I like all of that. What's up, Pinky? That's hilarious. This clip of Mark Norman's stand-up to a drummer is bananas. Yeah, I love when people are able to do that. I also love Mark Norman. He's amazing. I just want to know what you think of it. I'm a recent fan of the show and laugh hard every episode. Go fuck yourself. I guess that's what cool kids say. I'll tell you something else. There's a comedian out there, Greg Hahn, who's fucking unbelievable. And then I watched him on the Bob and Tom show playing drums. He's a fucking beast. There's a lot of comedians that play drums. Greg Hahn is fucking right up there, man. He was crushing it. All right, that is it. That is the podcast. I'll let you know on Thursday how my second shot of Pfizer goes. I'll talk to you. See you.
The guy writes, "Good morning, sunshine. I like that when people start it off nice. You know, every once in a while, get a nice good morning sunshine instead of hey, read this, you cunt. Anyways, let's read this, shall we? Are you ready? Okay, gather round, everyone. I guess I'll just cut to the chase here. Very nice. I appreciate that. I've been with my girlfriend for about 2.5 years now. Oh, Jesus. The last 2 years, 2 of those years, we've been living together, sharing bills, rent, etc. Geez, this sounds like a nice situation. What could go wrong? The whole serious relationship thing. We've had our ups and downs, but for the most part, the arrangement is working out for the better. I have a roommate I can fuck without things getting awkward. We both make the same amount of money, and we enjoy many of the same things. So, here's the problem. She's going to start nursing school in about 6 months. This means she can no longer work at all, leaving me to pay for everything. I wouldn't mind doing this if I could afford to, but I can't. So she has decided that she wants to move in with her parents again for the 2 years she's in school. She's invited me to move in with her and her parents. Just pausing here so every guy listening to this could be like, oh my God, don't do it! Move in with her and her parents so that I too could save some money. I don't want to move in with their parents, though. Yeah, Jesus, there's a shocker. Don't get me wrong. They're great people and all, but come on. I'm a 28-year-old man, and I can't imagine living under somebody else's roof, no matter how cool they are. When I was kicked out of my parents' house at 18, I had to couch surf with friends' families until I was able to support myself. From that point on, I've enjoyed the independence of having a place of my own to call my home. Even if I had roommates, it was partly my place, and I could feel comfortable doing as I pleased in a house of my peers. My girlfriend thinks I'm being unreasonable. She says it's an ego thing. Maybe it is. Is that so wrong, though? Am I the only one in the world that doesn't want to live with his girlfriend's parents? Because of this situation, her and I have been discussing how moving out of the same house would affect our relationship and if we should continue dating. Ah, God. All right. There's a lot of layers to this. Okay, first and foremost, you referred to your girlfriend as a roommate you can fuck. So this doesn't sound like the girl you want to spend the rest of your life with. But just in case you just wrote that shit because you were trying to be funny, you know, make me laugh or something, other podcast listeners, let's just take this at fucking face value and say this is the girl that you want to spend your life with. Dude, don't move in with their parents. It's not what you want to do. You're not going to be happy. And, you know, you have every right to say, I don't want to move in with you in your parents' house. You know, and I'm going to tell you right now, she is going to do everything that she can to try to mind fuck you into thinking that you're being a selfish piece of shit when actually she is being the selfish one. That is absolutely fucking ridiculous that she thinks you as a 28-year-old fucking man, not married to her, you know, who can financially support himself, is then going to fucking go move in with her goddamn parents? Tommy, would you like some eggs? You're going to go back to that? What did I tell you about leaving your fucking sneakers near the Davenport? Dude, fuck all of that. Fuck all of that. Stand your ground, okay? Now, this is what, like, women have, like, I think, like 5 or 6 different ways that they can try to convince you. And it's all done with emotion, okay? They have this sweet way of doing it. They could be like, no, you know, it could be nice, you know? Get to know my parents better. You like my parents, right? Blah, 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 blah. All that type of stuff. Or then they can go the childlike way. Well, you thought it'd be nice if you moved in with me, right? They can use sex. Come on, it could be fun. They got that big bed downstairs, right? Or they can go to anger. Actually, they go to us crying. That's another one. I don't understand it. If you love me, why wouldn't you move in with me? With my parents' house. I don't understand what the difference is. And then finally, anger. Okay? Now, anger always comes fucking last.
as far as I know. They might go back to tears, but you have to understand that when you get to anger and they start pushing your buttons, where they say shit like they start challenging your manhood, it's an ego thing, yada, 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 whatever the fuck they want to say. This is where every guy loses an argument with a woman. You have to understand that when a woman gets mad and starts just pushing your buttons, they say shit like they start challenging your manhood, it's an ego thing, yada, 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 whatever the fuck they want to say. This is where every guy loses an argument with a woman. You have to understand that when a woman gets mad and starts just pushing your buttons, okay, that is the female version of the Hail Mary. All right? Now, I know you guys all watch fucking NFL. What does Tom Jackson say when they throw the fucking Hail Mary? What do? Knock it down. That's what you do. And you knock it down by just being calm. Now, if she just says a bunch of shit in fucking anger, okay, and you actually respond to the shit and insult her back, that's like taking an unnecessary roughness call after you just stopped the other team, 4th and fucking goal to end the game. Now, it's a penalty. They got a first down. You gave them a whole fucking 4 set of downs to try to get in the fucking end zone. You fucked up. You had the game won because you lost your cool. Don't ever lose your cool. So this is what you do. Just let her say all the shit she's going to say. Let her go through the fucking 58 fucking emotions and all the techniques she's going to try. The Superman punch, fucking arm bar, rear naked choke, all the shit she's going to try. And you just stick to your fucking guns. Just say, I understand why you want to do it. I respect what what you're saying here. I don't want to do it. I'm not going to be happy. I don't want to move in with your parents. I'm not saying I don't love you. I'm not saying I'm not going to support you, but I don't want to move in with your parents. It's not going to make me happy. And you just you stick with that. All right? Like a fucking talking head for a corporation that just polluted the ocean.
It's an unfortunate situation. We are exhausting all resources to see how we can rectify the situation, and we have no further comment at this time. You just have to stick with that. And then when in the very fucking end, when she starts fucking challenging your manhood, your fucking whatever fucking childhood shit you told her or whatever weakness you have, and she starts trying to bring that out, and you feel that fire burning in your belly, you just put it out with calmness. You just stay calm. Okay? And if you feel like you're going to lose your cool, this is what you just say. You just say, listen, you're being really hostile right now. I think maybe we should discuss this later on today or possibly tomorrow when you're in a calmer mood. And then that's it, dude. That's it. That's the end of the fucking game. You just knocked it down to the ground. And she would get fucking mad, and she can flip out all the fuck she wants. She might even start knocking your shit off the dresser. She's just looking for a reaction. She's lost the argument. She's lost the argument, and you just don't take the fucking bait. And you know what the sad thing is? Is I know this shit, and I still take the fucking bait a good 60% of the time. You know why? Because they're that fucking good. I'm drinking another smoothie, by the way. And you know why they're that fucking good? Because they don't have the option to just kick the shit out of you. You know? See, we only go like 3 levels in. We have like a couple approaches we can do, and then we always go, well, then I'm going to beat the fuck out of you, right? But then you get to a female, that option's gone. So now you're showing up, right? It's like you're playing tennis. All you got is a forehand. All she's got to do is hit it to your backhand, and you're fucked. And it's over. So I'm telling you, you guys out there, you got to add to your argument arsenal. Okay? Practice it. You know what you got to do? You got to visualize it. All right? Because you're going to fuck up if you just try to do it in an argument. Just lay there and just think of all the mean shit that she could possibly fucking say to you, and just practice being calm. And the joy that you're going to take when you say, you're being really hostile right now. I think it'd be better if we discussed it a little bit later, possibly tomorrow, when you're in a calmer mood. And just seeing that pause and that look on her face as her eyes narrow, like this motherfucker figured me out. It's one of the great moments. You know? It's like that dude in Jurassic Park when he actually had respect for those raptors were. One douche to another douche recognizes douche game right there. All right, so there you go. That's how you handle it. No, you know, and this is right now. And of course she's going to say, I don't know if we should continue dating.
She's trying, you know, maybe this is a fucking ego thing. She's trying all of this shit. And she actually is already half mind fuck you because she says it's an ego thing. And then you said, maybe it is. You know, is that so wrong though? Am I wrong for feeling the things that I actually feel? That's how fucking much she's in your fucking head. Like those little maggots that they stuck in those fucking helmets of those guys in Star Trek. Remember that? And it fucking climbed in their ears. They were never the same. Okay? That's what a woman does. It's what they do, man. I'm fucking sorry, but that's what they do. Pimp does the same fucking thing, all right? But, you know, I don't fucking know. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying, all right? You can't have that. You just got to fucking remain calm and never get involved in the insulting thing. Now, this isn't straight across the board. And listen, dude, if you just completely fucked up, like you forgot her birthday and she's flipping out, and fucking calling you an insensitive fucking asshole, that you need to apologize. Don't, you know, if you forget her birthday and like step on her birthday cake and she's screaming at you, don't be sitting there with frosting on your foot going, okay, you're being really hostile right now. I think it'd be better to discuss this later when you're a little bit calmer, possibly tomorrow, because you're going to have every kitchen knife is going to be coming at you and it will be a justifiable homicide. You know?
Married women. Hey, Bill. I know what I'm doing is wrong. Oh, Jesus. I'm a single guy who became friends with a married woman at work. Here we go. Devious maids. We have a ton of stupid shit in common. We even like the same flavor chips. I know, it's retarded. We became Facebook friends. How did you become Facebook friends? Well, just be honest with me. You saw her, you wanted to fuck her, and you knew she was married, and you didn't give a shit. All right? I've been there. Here we go. We have like the same flavored chips. We became Facebook friends, and little by little, her messages started getting sexual. Yeah, and I'm sure you didn't facilitate that on any. You weren't stoking those fucking flames, or whatever the expression goes. You weren't fucking blowing on the hot coals at all, right? You were just sitting there talking about Earth, Wind, and Fire, and all of a sudden she's like, speaking of fire, my pussy is raging right now for your cock to be in it. And you were like, whoa, hey, where did that come from? I was just talking old R&B music. It's at the point where she comes right out and told me she wants to fuck me. She's smoking hot with no kids, and it's so fucking hard not to do something. It goes against all my beliefs, but I can't stop thinking about it. I have a feeling she wants out of her marriage, but I don't want to be a homewrecker. I've also have to see her at work, so it's extra hard to tell her, just tell her to fuck off. I listen to you every Monday, and you usually tell guys to whack it and see if the feeling goes away. Well, I already did that, and it didn't work. I'm just an average attractive guy and want to fuck her, but like I said, I know it's wrong. Can you just come to Canada and shoot me in the fucking head? That's hilarious. Oh, and he said from Scotland. Oh, so she's loving that accent. All right, dude. Not only are you going to be fucking a married woman, it's where you work. And the odds of that coming out. And once you start fucking somebody at work, as much as you try and keep it on the down low, everybody knows. They can tell by your body language. Everybody at work already knows that you guys want to fuck each other. They already know that. So when you do fuck, everybody's going to know that. And then in 6 months, when you go to get a raise and you walk in there and it's either going to be A, you're sitting across the desk from some other guy that wanted to fuck her but didn't and is jealous of you, or B, it's a woman who's jealous of that hot bitch that you fucked and wants to be as skinny as her and is actually annoyed on some subconscious level that you didn't try to fuck her even though she wouldn't have fucked you. Either way, it's going to affect your money. Don't do it. Don't do it. Been there, done that. Trust me, don't fucking do it. It does not end well. All right? You don't want that on your resume. It's awful. It's awful. It's an unforgivable act. Don't do it. All right? You don't want to do it. Your dick wants to do it. And this is a great opportunity to be to steal from the Seinfeld show, to be master of your domain. All right? You don't have to tell her to fuck off. Just say, listen. All right? I would love to have sex with you too, but I can't do it while you're still married. So when that situation changes, come by and knock on the non-existent door of my cubicle, and I will put you right on my fucking generic plastic desk that everybody else has that was fucking bulk ordered from some Staples somewhere. And I'll fuck you in front of everybody. And I'll have my fucking O-face right over the top of the cubicle. And I'll fuck you right here at work. But until then, get out of my crib. What movie was that? Get out of my crib.
All right, plowing ahead. Bill, so something kind of ridiculous happened to me the other day, and you're the only person who I think might appreciate my point of view on the matter. Okay, so there's this really good-looking lady that works at the sandwich shop around the corner from my job. So I've been going there for like a year now, and I've always wanted to say something to her, but never did because either the place was too busy at the time or I just pussied out, usually the latter. So the other day, I finally man up and decided to say something, and it went a little something like this. I go in after 2, so it's not as busy. I place my order. She makes me a wrap. She hands me a wrap, and I say, "Excuse me. I've been coming in here for a while, and I've always wanted to introduce myself." And before I can even get the words out, her smiling expression turns blank. Her lips seal tight, and she kind of looks up at her eyebrows with that, "you gotta be fucking kidding me," look all over her face. I can only equate... shit, I just hit the wrong button on my computer. He goes, "I can only equate the look to an employee, what an employee might have when they're done with their work for the week, and on Friday evening, right as they feel like they're going to get out of there, the boss comes and drops another hour's worth of paperwork on their desk. They can't say anything, but you know they're thinking, you fucking prick." So what I end up saying after I get this look from this chick is, this is basically what the guy says. He said, "Excuse me, I've been coming in here for a while, and I've always wanted to introduce myself." You know what? Fuck it. Never mind. And he goes, "I turned around and I just walked out." All right. And he goes, "Now here's my issue." Dude, we've all been there, all right? We've all fucking been there. All right. So he goes, "Now here's my issue. It's not that I was rejected. Big deal. That shit happens all the time, right? That's like an ongoing theme in an adult life, and I've learned to live with it." Jesus, dude, don't jump off a cliff here. He goes, "My problem is that society," I can't even talk, society. "My problem is society dictates that the guy should approach the girl, and all the girl really needs to do is look pretty. Throw a few signals and wait for dudes to start clamoring like morons. Is it fair? No. But then again, it's really not a big deal. It's one of the situations you grow accustomed to. But if that is the case, and if all women have to do is be pretty, then say yes or go fuck yourself, could they at least wait 30 seconds for me to say whatever retarded shit I'm thinking before they shoot me down? All she has to do is wait a minute and say, no thank you. But instead, I get cut off by stink eye mid-sentence. Should I have told her to go fuck herself? What are your thoughts on this sort of shit? Your true and loyal fan, Bobo the douchebag." All right. What are my feelings on this? All right. First of all, dude, we've all been there. We've all, you got it in your head, you're going to come up there like fucking Sean Connery in one of those early James Bonds. You even feel like you got a fucking tuxedo on, and then the second you open your mouth, you sound like fucking Arnold Horshack, and you even want to shoot yourself down at that point, okay? But in answer to your question, should I have told her to go fuck herself? No. That's not... I mean, I'm just, having not been there. I can't... It would depend on what the look on her face was, or how she looked. If she was just some hot girl who didn't have a brain in her head, yeah, then you tell her to go fuck herself. But this is a really cute girl, and you actually feel like, wow, I'd like to get to know that girl. No, you don't tell her to go fuck herself. It's actually in that moment when she gives you the stink eye is when you have to come up with something funny to say, something clever, something so you show that you're not going to quit in life. Because that's what I hate to say it, dude, but that's what you showed her. You showed her that you have the quit DNA in your fucking ball bag, and she's not going to want to mate with you. But fortunately, there's plenty other gazelles out there on the fucking Serengeti that you can try to run down. You see the Discovery Channel. Cheetah doesn't always fucking run the thing down. Sometimes it gets kicked in the face, and then it sits there feeling stupid, especially when it realizes it's being filmed and it's going to be on basic cable. There's where you can actually look at a bright side. It wasn't filmed. You just got to come up with something in that moment that's funny. And I actually kind of thought about it, what I would have said, and I would have choked even if I tried to come up with something funny, because in the moment I would have felt like a douche, and I probably would have attacked what she did for a living, which is the worst thing you can do. I'd be like, really? You know, you've been working here for a year and a half. 2 years, you're making sandwiches. You're not getting any younger there, sweetie. All right, it would have been bad. It would have been bad. It's very easy for me, to sit here and tell you what you should have done. It's kind of like, when you watch a football game or something like that, and once it ends, and whatever the game plan was didn't work out, but, dude, why didn't they give it to Marshall Faulk? I don't understand. It's easy to do that. So I don't know what to tell you. Like, it'd be funny. You got to go back there and keep ordering sandwiches. I don't know. That's fucking humiliating. You might have to find a new place to get a sandwich, dude. I got to be honest with you. I don't know how you pull yourself out of that one. What did you say? You know what? Fuck it. Oh, this is what you do, dick heights. You just walk in, just kind of be a dick, When you just walk up, hey, sunshine, or something. Don't listen to me. All my shit just always ends up with, there's a reason I get heckled as much as I do, because I'm an asshole. But as far as like what you said earlier, because I know there's a lot of women pulling their fucking hair out right now when you say all a woman has to do is be pretty and wait for the offers to come in. I don't know, dude, if you ever had a girlfriend, first of all, that whole thing of looking pretty from my standpoint and my experience takes at least 4.5 fucking hours. And you never know. That girl might have been giving you the stink eye because she's a really good looking girl, and she has a job where she deals with the public. So, believe it or not, the amount of ugly, fucking out of shape dudes who actually don't have a problem approaching beautiful women is actually it's pretty high. I mean, personally, I think it's funny, but if you're a woman, it's not as funny. And I think that's something that took me a long time to realize how uncomfortable that feeling can be. Because guys think, dude, I would love to be standing there and women hitting on me. But what you have to do is you got to see how we're physically made up. The fact that a guy, what if there was this thing that physically could beat the shit out of you and it wanted to enter your body? That's the only way to try to put yourself in. And what if you're not attracted to it and you feel it getting angry when you're trying to communicate that, you're all set, And then there's the option that if they wanted to, they could give you a forearm shiver and begin to execute their plan, Oh, Jesus, how do I talk myself out of this one? You know what it's like? Put it this way, for all the guys listening out there. If somebody said, hey, man, I'll give you $10. This is like an old joke I used to do in my act. I'll give you $10 to walk over to that birthday cake and stick your finger in it. You got you $10? Yeah, fuck it, I'll do it. $20 or whatever, just something, You do it. You wouldn't think anything about it. Whatever. Stick it in, you take it right back out. You wouldn't give a fuck. But what if somebody said, dude, I'll give you $20 to take that cake and put it in your ass? See what I mean? There'd be a difference. Then you would have some questions. Where has that cake been? Are you going to tell anybody? I usually don't do things like this. That's why women, they approach sex that way. They got to have rules on when they're going to fuck you and all that. Did that example, I know on some level it made sense. I'm a little jet lagged. I haven't done that joke in a while, and I got to admit, halfway through it didn't even make sense to me. I'm just saying, Did I answer your question? So this is what you got to do. You got to treat women like I treated open mics. Okay, you just know you're gonna bomb, and eventually you're gonna get good at it. So just keep, make some notes. what you going to do the next time that happens. You know, maybe try to come up with a couple of lines. And I hope you appreciate what a fucking pain in the ass it is for a guy to get laid. You know what I mean? And that's why there's the whole stud whore double standard. Because basically, for a guy to get laid, this is what he has to go through. This guy actually has to develop skills to get laid. You know, all you have to do is show up, you know? I mean, for a guy, the brass ring is getting a 2-on-1, no TV credits, no my dad has a yacht. You just get it from talking shit. That is the brass ring for a guy. Now, a woman, her first night of fucking, all she'd have to do is lay down on a pool table. She could fuck every guy in the bar. It's not a skill. It's gluttonous. You know? It's gluttonous. It's like watching a fat guy eat an ice cream. You never cut him. You don't cut him any slack. Haven't you had enough? All right.
Stay with girl or not? All right. Hi, Bill. Love the podcast. Thank you. And in a tough situation, so I would like to know your thoughts. I've been with a girl for 5 months, and a few weeks into it, she mentioned she had been in a relationship for 5 years and is still friends with the guy. What the fuck? Is this the same one? I already answered this. Who I've met and who isn't a bad dude. She used to talk to him a lot, so she seemed not over him, and mentioned that they were basically fuck buddies since breaking up, which I don't mind happening, but do mind her thinking it's no biggie to tell me. All right, let me try and do the math on that. She mentioned they were basically fuck buddies since breaking up, which I don't mind happening, but do mind her thinking it's no biggie to tell me. So you don't mind if she's fucking this guy on the side? Just don't bring it up? Wasn't there an R&B song about that? Something about girl I don't want to know? Something? Can't fucking remember. Anyways, it seemed like it was a recent breakup, but when I asked her, she said in a roundabout way it was about 2 years ago. About 2 months in, she admitted that she had last slept with him the week after she met me, which was actually the night of the day we met up for the first time, so after our first date. This sounds dumb, but otherwise things are good, and she's toned talking about him down since and is a good girl. Different to a lot of ones in my past, which is why I stayed with her after that. This girl's fucking your brains out. That's what's going on. She likes sex, and I guarantee you she fucked this guy at least one more time after your first date. That's my instinct. I'm not saying that's true. That's just my instinct. Anyways, it says I'm 25 and haven't had a girlfriend before out of not wanting to settle and enjoy being single. Exactly. There we go. You haven't had a girlfriend before, so you don't know how to set up a relationship. Yeah, because you're setting this one up. Dude, come on. You got to have some self-worth here. Okay? Fuck this shit. This isn't the mother of your kids. She's got a fuck buddy, bangs him one time after your first date. Obviously, she wasn't seeing fireworks. The fuck is she doing with you? All right? Let her blow you one more time and show her the fucking door. Sorry. Got emotional. Let's respect this and I'll read the rest. Though I was getting sick of the single life when I got with her, and would be bummed out with the prospect of getting laid less than once a month. Yeah, you know something? You're both using each other. You're 5 months in. I really hope you're not in love with this girl. He said, I have graduated and want to move out of our city, partly to move in with a really good friend who I miss who lives interstate, and she still has 1 year to go and doesn't seem keen on moving. In your words, based on that one incident, I think I already told you. I don't think she's going to be the mother of my children. Here he is. And I'll always think of it when I tell people how we met. I feel I could be missing out on advancing my career and being with my best friend as I've grown apart from my other friends, as well as getting out of my shitty small town. Do you think I should move out and cut this thing short? Abso-fucking-lutely, and you know you should. Get out of your shitty small town. Fuck this girl. She's going to be in that same bar every fucking Christmas when you come home to visit your parents. Okay? She's going to be there. And every year her face is going to get a little fatter, and she might have more ink on her fucking arm, and you are going to be moving on with your life. All right? And then one day you're not going to want to go back to that bar. You're just going to drive by it, and you're going to be like, I wonder if she's in there. And you're not going to give a fuck because the girl your dreams is going to be in your passenger seat, and you're going to drive right by on this perfectly fucking snow-covered road. There's a picture for you, but that's only going to happen if you dump this whore and get out of that small, shitty town. All right. That was a good one, huh?
Okay, advice on men. Hey, bumbling Billy Boo. I'll keep the question short to rescue you from the English language. Ba-da-bop, I get it. I suck at reading out loud. He goes, I'm a 20... Oh, she says, oh my God, this is from a lady. I finally get a female to write in and I trash her right out of the gate. I'm sorry, sweetheart. She says, I'm a 24-year-old girl, and I'd like to know your best piece of advice of understanding the human male species. Many thanks, but at the same time, go fuck yourself. Well, I'm sorry. You got to be a little more specific. I'll give you basically, generally speaking, Jesus Christ, what do you want to know? I would basically, you want to learn how to communicate with them better. Yeah, so you're doing the right thing. You're asking another this is actually a very smart question. Rather than sitting around with your female friends just going, I know, right? What is that? God. You sit there at a fucking wine bar, whining. This is what you do. You go across enemy lines and you ask, a traitor like me to read from the playbook. All right, how guys communicate. I can't say that we just say what we're thinking, because we have liars and passive-aggressive people and meandering little man boys. But generally speaking, the thing that confuses us the most, I did a bit, I can't remember if I did it on the special, but one time I was driving with Nia, and I said, hey, I want to get a chocolate shake. We were going by this diner. And she freaks out. She's like, oh, my God, they make the best chocolate shakes. And I go, I know, right? And she goes, yeah. And she just goes, oh, my God, but they're so big. She just kept saying they're so big. And after a while, I'm thinking, fuck, how the fuck am I going to drink this whole thing? And then immediately just clicked on me. It's like, they're not big. They're standard size. Wait a minute. She wants half of my shake, but she doesn't want to seem selfish. But she doesn't want all the calories of the full shake. But she doesn't want to look like she's taking away 50% of my good time. So rather than telling me that, she's trying to mind fuck me into thinking something that I drank a zillion times with ease is now too big. You know what I mean? So that's how you guys communicate. I don't know how we communicate. Because I can't just sit there and make it seem like guys are heroes, and where they would be like, listen, I'm trying to lose weight, so can I have half your shake? The only thing I tell you is you're 24 years old. You shouldn't understand them. You shouldn't understand guys. But it's hard for me to... I don't know what you're asking. Please write back. Please write back Advice on Men Part 2. Just do that again. Just fucking write back. Ask me something more specific, and I can help you out. But it's great that at 24 you're actually smart enough to ask guys to explain. Let's see. Best piece of advice. Here's a great piece of advice. Learn how to cook. All right? As stereotypical as that fucking sounds, I don't mean it in a sexist fucking way. All right? I don't. Don't be a slob and learn how to cook. Would put you ahead of 80% of fucking women out there. Because for some reason, somewhere along, Edith Wharton or that chick who sewed the flag, making a guy a sandwich became this absolutely degrading fucking thing to do. Yet guys still have to hold the doors and fucking buy drinks. Like, why we don't find that sexist, reverse sexist, or whatever the fuck you'd call it. I remember one time I was downstairs. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. I was doing some pain-in-the-ass job. I was cleaning out something in the garage. And without me asking or anything, Nia came downstairs with this unbelievable sandwich she had made. Pickles, toothpick in it, the whole fucking 9 yards. And she brought something to drink downstairs too.
And I stopped work and I sat down and ate it. It was one of the greatest moments of our relationship. All right? So that's some advice I would give you is guys we're very simple. And by simple, I don't mean stupid before you get on your fucking high horse. Okay? It's like an old school engine. You open the hood and everything's right there. Rear wheel drive, it's not turned to the side, jammed into the compartment. None of that bullshit. It's just fucking basic. You just do that every once in a fucking while. Guys will think, I have a keeper. And all you're doing is making a fucking sandwich. And that doesn't mean that you shouldn't have the right to vote. It's fucking unreal. Cooking, and then you're not even cooking. All you're doing is just slapping shit together. You're building a little fucking food house. How difficult is that? That's what I don't understand. Like, I guess I kind of understand it, but like, cooking a meal for somebody is one of the greatest things you could ever do for them. All right? I'll leave it at that. So I would say something simple like that. This is how simple guys are. If you actually, every once in a while, just said, hey, do you want a beer? And you actually got up and went to the fridge and got a beer and brought it out, put it in a fucking frosted mug. I mean, personally speaking, I'm ready to go paint the house. Because that little move there, I feel like a fucking king. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. Very simple. You know? Let him head out with his friends once a week. If they come over and they watch the game and you're not into the game, leave. Go in the other room or be a good shit and hang. But don't ruin his good fucking time. Jesus, I'm on a roll here now. Here's another one. Try to limit the amount of horrific shit you're going to drag him to. Now, he's obligated to go to some of it, but he has to have, just set it up and just say, listen, there's a bunch of shit that you do that I'm not going to be into. All right? Like tailgating on a golf course, peeing in a porta potty before a football game that you don't give a shit about. I don't want to be there for that. So I get to tap out of that. All right? And then the guy, he gets to tap out of like, I don't know, like what have I tapped out of one time, Nia wanted to take me to somebody's birthday party. They were having some fucking, we're all going to dress like it's the gold rush or the fucking prohibition era. It's like, I don't want to fucking do that. And she gave me shit and I was just, I don't want to do it. And she let me out of it and we laughed about it. I actually went there without a costume. I made a deal. We made a deal. I think I told this story. I'm fucking punch drunk. Yeah, I never know what the fuck I'm talking about. I showed up and I didn't wear a costume, which was hilarious because every other guy was fucking dressed like Charlie Chaplin. And I show up in street clothes and they're looking at me like I'm a magician. And then I left early because that's right, because I would have watched the Celtics were playing the Lakers in the finals that year when we beat them. And I would have missed it if Nia wasn't so fucking cool. So that's what I would do. And if you actually do shit like that, you put yourself on this solid ground with the guy that you're with, where now there's no reason for him to be an asshole to you or be mean to you because you're being so nice to him. It really kind of works that way. It kind of feeds off each other. That's the best I can do without a specific question. All right? So there you go. And, fuck everybody who's going to say that, what I just said was sexist. Go fuck yourself. I don't think it's, you're on a date with your woman, you go and you open the car door for her. You still do that shit. If I can do that, you can go get me a fucking beer. Christ, it's a twist off. What, are you going to hurt your wrist? Yeah, something? That would be my advice. Stop acting like a kicker. You know how much it fucking annoys me that every time a kicker makes a tackle, he gets hurt? I just don't understand that. Jesus fucking Christ. Put some cream on it and get back out there and fucking throw your feet around. This is the response, one of the responses I got from that leg sweep video last week. And if you're new to my podcast, there's a video up on YouTube. I guess it got taken down where this guy hits on this girl. She doesn't, she's not having it. So he gives her shit. She gives him the finger. He calls her a bitch. She throws a drink in his face. And he goes up. You think he's going to blast her in the face. And he just gives her a fucking leg sweep.
that it should have been done in Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas. It was fucking tremendous. All right, here we go. So this woman wrote me. She goes, Bill, I can't believe you didn't notice that she was visited with violent behavior first. This is the girl in the video. Because I was sitting there saying I thought the video was funny because the girl threw the drink in his face. And even though you should never hit a woman, I just think that's outrageous in life to think that you can throw a drink in somebody's face. I just know if I did it, within 2 seconds I would be on the ground getting fucking pummeled. And I don't know. There was just something funny about it. So anyway, she goes, I can't believe you didn't notice that she was visited with violent behavior first. Watch it again, and you'll see him violently poke at her. All right, first of all, how fucking hilarious is that? Violently. Have you ever heard that expression in your life? Violently poked? There's no such thing as being violently poked. All right? It's called stab. That's, that's violent. Actually, my gym teacher used to violently poke me in the chest, fucking cocksucker. He didn't. He gave her a little fucking poke. He did it one time to her fucking shoulder. That was it. He was just trying to annoy her. But anyway, she says, by the way, it's not very complimentary to a grown woman to be shown that he has a crush on her by punching her. He didn't punch her. Anyway, she goes, I can't believe you're not allowing her to do the only thing she can, toss a drink at him, since she can't beat him up. Do you honestly believe that her throwing the drink equals his kick/knock to her on the skull? Shame on you, you bastard. So I wrote her back. I said, I knew this would spark some debate. I respect your point of view on it, so here's mine. Violently poked. 41 years on this planet, and I have never heard someone being violently poked. She threw the drink in his face because he called her a bitch. Then she goes, that's right, I am a bitch, and then the drink is thrown. And throwing the drink in his face was not the only thing she could have done. She could have walked away. She could have talked to whoever was in charge at the pool. She could have talked to some of the guys who were over there by her friends. There were a bunch of things she could have done, but she lost her cool. And if you're going to define the action by the guy in the video as violently poking her, then you couldn't you also address the racial undertones of her giving the man the finger and stating, do you understand this in English? The reason why the video is so funny is because the unexpected happened. He actually treated her the same way he would have treated a man that threw a drink in his face. So the reason men find the video funny, I think, is because the amount of times women get physical with us and there's nothing we can do except get punched, slap, or have a drink thrown in our face because we're never going to hit a woman, and they know it. I had a girl try to punch me in the face in a bar, and as I'm trying as carefully as possible to defend against getting punched in the face, basically I'm turning my back and covering up as this girl wailed away, the bouncer comes flying over, and who do you think they grabbed and tossed out? I was in an argument with the female, but so what? People argue. But because of the way things are, she can take it to a physical level while I have to try and defend myself without getting physical with her at all, only to be dragged out by the neck. If they tossed her out too, I would have been fine with it. But because she's a female, she gets to throw punches, have me kicked out, and she gets to stay in the bar while they continue to serve her more drinks. So to go back to the video, that is the world this woman is living in. I'm a girl, I can do this and nothing will happen. I can throw a full drink in someone's face and nothing will happen. Well, guess what? Something did. The exact same thing that would have happened to me. And then I go on to say, actually, I would have been fucking punched repeatedly in the face, and the dude's friends probably would have jumped in too. And you know what the reaction from the other people at the pool would have been? Well, you threw a drink at his face. What did you think was going to happen? And then I guess my excuse would have been, but he poked me violently. Anyways, I've never hit a woman and I don't advocate it. That guy in the video is an animal, and I wouldn't want any woman I cared about to ever date him. But the fucking leg sweep was genius and undeniably funny to me. I'm just going to read you all these back and forth. So then she goes, you have no idea what women have to put up with. All right, this is where I guess I'm a moron. These guys take such personal offense when they're turned down. He should have walked away. I will not tolerate being touched by a stranger in that way, and it is a really vulnerable feeling as a woman and makes us angry and fearful of men. Besides, you didn't hear the things he was saying. Guys like that, parentheses, in hip-hop style clothing, are the sleaziest of scumbags, licking their lips nasty.
Who's hitting on you? LL Cool J? Why don't you fucking go to a nicer place? Anyways, as for the argument you had in the bar, you didn't specify. Now she's talking to me. This is classic line here. She goes, as for the argument you had with that woman in the bar, you didn't specify what it was about, what it was about, and if you were yelling in her face, as you know you probably were. ... More violent behavior. You see that? Let's stop right here. This is what I love about this type of shit. Anytime there's a group of people bitching about their situation, 9 times out of 10, when they're bitching, they end up doing the exact same thing to the person that they're bitching at that they don't want done to them. Look how you assume that immediately, I'm getting hit. I'm not hitting her back. I'm getting hit, and you're blaming me. I'm surprised you didn't ask me what I was wearing. Was I asking for it? Anyways, you want to hear the story, sweetheart? This is why this girl was punching me in the bar. All right. We're going back here about 10 years. I'm standing up now. I'm going to tell this story. My dog's looking at me. What's up, Cleo? How you doing, huh? You're a female, huh? You can defend yourself, you fucking psycho. This is what happened. I was in a bar, and I was with some buddies of mine. This group of girls is next to us. We're hitting on them, you know. We're making jokes. We're joking around. You know, you try to get women to laugh. That's what the fuck you have to do. Women, I know you don't understand that because you don't have to make somebody want to fuck you, okay? The same way I don't know what it's like to have to carry a fucking living thing inside of me for 9 months. I understand. We all have our advantages. So whatever. I'm not trying to be a douche here, but this is basically it. So we're trying to, you know, we're joking around or whatever. I had a couple drinks. They had a couple drinks. And one of them was dressed like, she looked like Rhoda on Mary Tyler Moore, right? So at one point, that girl goes up, and she goes to go to the bathroom. So I say to her friend, I go, Jesus Christ, was she a big fan of Mary Tyler Moore or what, right? Made a joke about what she was wearing. So another 20 minutes goes by. Those girls kind of peeled off. You know, we weren't really talking to them anymore. We were, or maybe we kind of were. I don't know what was going on. Sort of that type of shit. You're talking to a girl for a couple seconds, then it's not working out. So I went back. I was talking to my friend, and I guess when the girl came back from the bathroom, her friend told her what I said. So unbeknownst to me. So I'm sitting there talking to my buddy, and then all of a sudden I just hear this woman yelling, "Hey, bitch! Hey, bitch!" Right? So I look over, and she's looking at me. She's going, "Hey, bitch!" And I'm trying to process because typical me. I said some shit. I didn't remember what the fuck I said. And then she goes, "You're gonna talk shit about me when I'm not around." And then I kind of was right as I'm putting it together. Then she stood up, and she fucking put her hand over. You ever see like a center in the NBA, how they fight, how they fucking throw punches like that they're trying to fucking throw somebody out at second base. That's what she did. She winds up, and she's about ready to come down on the top of my head. So, because she wound up, I mean, if she fucking threw a jab, she would have fucking blasted me right in the face. And I got to admit, that would have been fucking hilarious. But because she went up and over, I was able to get my arm up in time. And I sort of like caught her wrist. So now instantly I recognize the situation. I'm like, oh, fuck. Okay, this girl is not going to stop. And I don't want to get hit in the face. I can't squeeze her wrist too hard. All this shit's going through my head. And I know, even though I can't see it, I know the bouncers are on their way over. And I know what the fuck's going to happen. So all I'm doing is holding her wrist as she's fucking clawing at my side. I'm sort of turned to the side. And of course, my buddies aren't doing anything. They're sort of just looking at this point because it happened so fast. And I'm going, whoa, whoa. I was going, hey. I can't even remember what I was saying. I was just too much shit was going on. I couldn't formulate anything to say to get this girl to stop, but she just kept fucking, bitch, you fucking bitch. It was like punching me in the side. And then the fucking bouncers come over and they fucking grab me, of course, because I'm the guy. I just blew my mind. I almost have my back turned to this girl with my hand up, and she's wailing away, and they immediately go to me, and I get fucking tossed out. So let me ask you this. In her world, was she justified for taking it to a physical level because I fucking made fun of her outfit? That was my point about that video. I don't think that you should hit a woman
The reality of that video that I watched there on YouTube is that they're both assholes and they're both stubborn. And what happened there is what you saw when you get two stubborn people who want to get the last word in. Okay? He hits on her. She tells him to go fuck himself. Not saying she literally said that, but she basically says no. So he couldn't handle it. So he starts it. I'll give you that. He starts it. Okay? And he wants to get the last word in. So she can't let him, right? He should have walked away, but he didn't. That's, right in the beginning, he didn't. So he gives her shit. Then she should have walked away, realized he was a psycho. She doesn't. She fucking gives him the finger. Then he should have walked away, but he doesn't. He pokes her. She should have walked away then, but she doesn't. She fucking throws a drink at his face. He should have fucking walked away. He doesn't. He fucking goes up and he leg sweeps her. It's just one of those deals. Two fucking assholes who probably should be breeding and make a little fucking asshole kid, and then we'll have another dog, the bounty hunter. Huh? You see how that math works out? So anyways, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm saying shit and people don't get what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm not saying that you should go around hitting a woman. I'm just saying, guys should never hit women, but women shouldn't take advantage of that by doing outrageous shit like throwing a drink in somebody's face. That is fucking outrageous behavior. And be honest, as a female, if another female walked up to you and threw a drink in your face, what would you do? Huh? What would you do? Would you just go, oh, that was mature? Do you feel better about yourself as Sprite is dripping down the fucking your bangs, whatever fucking... You got that Rachel Bob haircut from Friends? Huh? Look at me. Look at me with that fucking chick reference. Whatever. All right, advice. Bill, since you've given great advice on relationships in the past, I'm wondering if you can do it for me. I've been with this girl, this lady of mine for years, and we're planning on getting married. Oh, Jesus. We're both only 20 years old. I'm a college dropout since I'm certainly a more blue-collar individual. She is going to college to work with children. We both work full-time jobs, mine being the night shift in a warehouse selecting orders to go to individual stores, stressful and physically challenging. Hers being a phone answering day job from 8 to 5, working with customers in a graphic design shop, boring and easy. Okay. He's defined his job as stressful and physically challenging, and her job is boring and easy. Never underestimate how tedious a boring job can be. I'd rather do your job, walking around breaking balls. Look at his fucking shirt, dude. Fucking queer. Drive by on the fucking forklift, right? You guys start a softball league. You have a great time rather than sitting there having your ass fall asleep in a cubicle, listening to people bitch because they can't figure out how to work their set it and forget it. Grass is always greener, my friend. Why don't I shut my fucking pie hole and read the rest of this? All right. Since we started dating, she seemed to do everything to keep me interested. Make me breakfast in the mornings on some days, go to concerts with me when she didn't necessarily like the music. The whole works. But I've noticed that she's without question just been lacking in the care department. She just sits and watches TV every night and eats and complains about gaining weight. I come home in the morning to do the dirty dishes that piled up in the sink from her having friends over while I'm at work for the night, and get yelled at for not cleaning them when I saw them sitting there, but I had no part in making them dirty. Dude, what the fuck? You can't have that. She leaves clothes laying around every room in the house, and that's not even how she is with me. She has seemed to develop some kind of self-righteousness where everything that she... Yeah, dude, I really got to proofread these. People, so many spelling mistakes. She has seemed to develop some kind of self-righteousness where everything that she says throughout the day should be my main concern, and I should go out of my way to make her life easier. I do her college homework. I take care of the $2,000 dog I bought for her. I work on her car when she nearly runs the damn wheels off the thing, and I do chores for her family she volunteers me for. Dude, she has your balls in a little, that little engagement ring you bought her? If you bought her yet, your balls are in there too. The next part is the icing on the cake. She goes as far as to dictate what time I have to go to bed and wake up in the morning. Evenings, since I work at nights. What I can and can't spend money on, who I can hang out with, what days I can see friends, and require me to call her every time I arrive at work and text her in the middle of the night when I get off work and I request her to do nothing outside of what she does on her day-to-day routine. To sum all that up, I feel like she's forcing me into a cookie mold guy when I actually let her make her own decisions, like some strange thing called an adult. All right, I'm going to stop right here, dude, because this is just going to be more fucking misery. All right. This is what I've said this before on the podcast. You have to, I don't give a fuck how good the woman is that you're with. You really have to be careful, because all this shit you see on TV where women are just constantly, there's all this fucking information out there about how guys are assholes to women. There's just reams of it. And there needs to be, because guys are assholes to women. So women, I think, are more aware. Or at least they should be more aware, because they got all these fucking goddamn shows with either from 1 to 4 twats sitting around bitching about guys and all the shit that we do. But there's no show on TV where you have 4 guys just sitting around a coffee table, drinking some hot cocoa with some pillows and wearing sweaters and their favorite shoes, talking about, not losing yourself in a relationship. That's what you've done here. All this shit that she's doing is your fault. Okay? And what's great about being a guy is you can blame the victim, which is why we're better problem solvers. All right? This is your fault. This is all on you. You don't like any of this shit. You have to sit down and talk to her. Okay? You're not required to call her. You can go to bed when you fucking want to go to bed. And you can just sit there and tell it, you did those dishes, you clean it up. Okay? Now here's the point. This is the key with broads. This is what you got to do. You can't be mean. There's no reason to be mean here. There's no reason to yell. There's no reason to be angry. Okay? All 3 of those things is what she wants you to do. Because she knows, she's going to know she's fucking wrong. If you made the dishes dirty and every day you're telling me to clean them up, you treat me like I'm fucking Alice on the goddamn Brady Bunch. Everybody knows that that's fucking wrong. So what women do when they're fucking wrong is they try to make the argument about something else. All right? So she's going to do that anyways. But you're going to make it easy if you're angry and you yell at her and you call her fucking names. So what you got to do is you got to keep your fucking cool. That's what you got to do. Keep your fucking cool and say, listen, I worked all night. I don't think it's fair that you tell me to come home and I have to do these dishes when you made these dishes dirty yourself. I don't think it's fair to me to come home in the morning and have a sink full of dirty dishes that not only you and your friends made dirty. That's unacceptable to me that you want me to wash those. That's unacceptable. I'm not doing it. You have to wash those. I'll wash my dirty dishes. I'm not doing that. All right? And then let her flip out. Let her pout. Let her slam the fucking cabinets. Let her not fuck you. Just don't back down. Rub one out. Who gives a fuck? It's just an urge. You've already banged her. You're not missing anything. Who gives a fuck? But don't get angry. All right? And then just do to her what she did to you. Just reclaim that territory. You're not doing that. You're not doing that anymore. All right? Start with the fucking dishes. And then start with this. You can actually tag that argument. And just say, now that we're on this topic of discussing things, I'm going to go to bed when I want to go to bed. It makes me feel like a child when you're telling me when to go to bed. I know when to go to bed. All right? Now that I've aired 2 complaints, how about you give me a couple of... You got anything you want to say to me? And just stay cool. Then when she hits you with some shit, if you don't like it, tell her, I was going to say to go fuck herself, I don't know what, whatever. You know what? Fuck that last advice. Just go with the dishes thing first. It's unacceptable. That's it. If you bring up something else, then it looks like you have all this resentful shit, and then she'll try and spin it like, well, if you're feeling all this, why didn't you fucking say anything? 'Cause you're a cunt. That's what's going to happen, and then you're going to lose the argument, and then next thing you know, to make up for it, you're not going to be getting any pussy from her, and you're going to be doing a whole sink full of fucking dishes that you didn't dirty. All right. Moving on. But, sir, you have all the power there. Just keep your fucking cool.
All right, advice. Dear Billy Bob Burr, need some girl advice. I recently struck up conversation with a very attractive young lady on the train the other day. We talked for practically the whole 45-minute train ride. I'm 28, but she was only 20. Despite the age difference, she was very cool, and we talked about stand-up comedy and how we are both fans of you. All right? So what are we talking about here? This is weird. All of a sudden you brought me into it. Get me out of there. When my stop arrived, I left without asking for her number because I didn't want to be that guy. What guy? The guy who finds love? The guy who gets laid? Either way, you're that guy. You were that guy. You were that guy that didn't ask for a number. So he goes, now I'm regretting it. She told me where she works, retail, and I want to go there and ask her out. So do you think it will come across creepy or sweet if I just showed up to her work unannounced? She might not even be working at the time, but I could leave my number with the coworker. Do not do that. Any advice? Love the podcast. Go fuck yourself. No, it's not creepy at all. You come in there with a raincoat and you don't want to make eye contact. Yeah, that's going to be creepy. But if you come walking in and just be like, listen, it's been bugging me. I don't know if you remember me. I met you on the bus, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, whatever. And then you just be, listen, it's been bugging me from the second I got off the bus that I didn't ask you for your number. I wanted to ask you for your number, but I didn't want to come off like a creep. I'd love to take you out sometime. Just very simple, very honest. All right? Don't be all fidgety and awkward. Just fucking go in there and just state your case. All right? Now, if she's not working there, don't stand outside the place, fogging up the fucking windows waiting for her to show up. Just come walking in and just say, hey, is so-and-so here? No? Well, when does she work again? Blah, blah, blah. All right. Oh, cool. All right. Thank you. Whatever. Who can I say is asking? The creepy guy from the bus. Whatever. Yeah, I would just go about it that way. But absolutely do that. And that whole fucking thing, hey, I don't want to be that guy. You be that guy. Be the guy that asks for what he wants. Be respectful of other people, but you got to be the guy. All right? Or you got to be the lady. Either way. You got to beat that fucking thought out of your head. You can be so respectful and so, not wanting to rock the boat that you never even fucking, get what you want in life. All right? Because life doesn't give a shit whether your dreams come true or not. All right? And a lot of the dreams that you have, this isn't one of them, but a lot of the dreams that you have, I always find it funny that people pray to a higher power. Oh, please let me get this job. Please let me blah, 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 and all that type of shit. The way this whole fucking world was set up, if one person made it, is if you got a roof over your head and you're eating every day and you have drinking water, your dream is fulfilled. So to sit there and ask for a corner office of this person, you're really just clogging up their phone lines. Is that nuts? I don't know. That's how I look at it. All right. Dear Bill. Bill, I met you after a show in Pittsburgh. The black guy with the hot Latina. And we laughed about my shoes matching my outfit. Welp, my beautiful girlfriend for the past 3 years has a little bit of insecurity issues. A lot of those absolutely gorgeous women do. And you know why it is? It's because their level, without even reading this shit, the reason why I think a lot of them are fucking insecure is because they're beautiful. And that goes away after a while. So the clock is just fucking ticking. If you were just some regular douchebag like me, there's no pressure going back to your fucking high school reunion. I mean, the expectations are so fucking low. It's easy to surpass them. Like, oh, geez, he didn't get fat. This guy's awesome. But if you're a fucking hot chick, it can only go downhill. And I also think that they have the same insecurity a rich guy has, where a rich guy's like, this woman's just with me because of my money, not because of who I am. I think that they have the insecurity that this person's just with me because of my ass and titties. Hi. All right. For some odd reason, she feels the need for me to prove to her that I love her
whenever we're in a public setting. So recently, during some Christmas shopping, she got upset that I wouldn't hold her hand as we walked through the mall. She proceeded to catch one of her spicy Latin attitudes with me. See, now, if you were white and you said that on TV, you would have to apologize for 9 weeks when you would lose your job. Why does it have to be spicy? Are you saying that Latino people are like their peppers? All right, I'm going to stop commenting and just plow through this. Okay, so I handle the situation like a G, parentheses, gentleman, and completely ignored her ass. Until we got into the car and I finally had enough of her telling me how I don't love her and how she wants me to love her. Oh, I don't love her, how she wants me to love her, and how unaffectionate of a man I am. And you know what, dude? That right there is probably how you got this hot girl, because you weren't the first guy sitting there with your tongue hanging out of your mouth. You acted like you didn't even give a fuck, which fed into her insecurity of like, oh my God, is the expiration date hit? Am I not hot anymore? Look at me commenting again. All right, I swear these bitches are so unappreciative. This is funny, you call them bitches. Why can't these bitches understand how much I appreciate their ass? Every weekend, Bill, we do something. Dinner, movies, plays, etc. But because she has a vag, she has to find something to complain about. I think it's because women have this trait where they feel a strong need to be miserable. No, dude, you know what's going on is you're spoiling her. You're taking her to dinner, movies, plays every fucking weekend. Now she's come to expect it. You know what I mean? It's just become part of a routine. It's not special anymore. So now you have to do something extra special because special isn't special. You know? That's what you know what? Oh, gee, I'm going to have to whisper this shit. We were up in San Francisco, right? I lit up my credit cards this Christmas, all right? My girl had a great fucking Christmas, all right? It's 3 days later. We're up in fucking San Francisco. She wants to go shopping. I'm like, for what? You didn't get enough, you know? So she knows I'm right. So what does she do? She tells me she wants a goddamn candle. Okay? Because it's not expensive, but she'll still feel like she got something. Because I don't know what it is. They always got to get stuff. There's always got to be some sort of a goodie bag. And you know what? I wouldn't get it for her. I wouldn't get it for her. I go, you're done. No, I'm not. It's over. My credit cards are still glowing. I'm not getting you shit. And, you know, she's cool as hell, so she just kept laughing because I was being unbelievably rude and I was being really loud. I was just joking around. And but still, that's the thing. And I just kept saying, I spoil you. I'm you know, we're shutting it down for a while. You're not getting anything until Valentine's Day. You know, you want something now? I'll get you a little bag of Fritos. What do you think about that? Maybe something to wash it down with. And then what they do is they immediately get mad, and then all you do is you don't take the bait. They want you to get mad so then they can turn it into a fight about something else because they know you're fucking right. All right? So let her be mad. All you got to do, you just got to stay fucking calm. Well, let's see what this guy does. So anyways, he goes, so we are driving along the highway, leaving the mall, and she's still bitching. And finally I tell her, you know what? If you don't like the way I express my love for you, then step off. Got to read that quote like a black man. I can't. I'm not even going to try to. So immediately, I actually read that. I read that like a douchey East Coast white guy. Then fucking step off. How did you? If you don't like that motherfucker, then step off, bitch. How was that? Was that good? I know it wasn't. Well, then don't ask me to do it. All right, plowing ahead. You know what? I might have like a fucking substitute black guy for when black guys write some shit in here so you guys can read it the way you're supposed to say it. Other than that, you're getting fucking a cracker-ass read and you're going to have to live with it. All right, so immediately after that, after I said that, this bitch starts throwing these accurate and quick-ass Pacquiao combos. She's punching you. Mind you, I'm doing 65 miles per hour down the highway, trying not to hit the guardrail, while at the same time getting this crazy bitch off me. Luckily, I didn't crash my year-old Mercedes. This guy's hilarious. Come on, dude. Do you love this girl or is she just another accessory? My year-old Mercedes with the Corinthian leather. I get pulled over get pulled over or, God forbid, seriously injure us. I mushed the hell out of her and held her face against the passenger window. Totally acceptable. The mush is the gentleman move. You can't punch her. You just hold her head up against the glass, you know, so the people on the other side get to see what her face looks in a funhouse mirror. In order to decrease her reach while steering the car on the highway and absorbing her manly combos. Got to give it to her. The bitch had a mean right. So if you can picture me driving, I can totally picture this, dude. I've lived this. So you can picture me driving down the highway in a bright red Mercedes. Okay, I didn't ever had a Mercedes. It was more in a 83 Ford Ranger with black vinyl seats. Swerving like some drunk in and out of lanes, steering with one hand and stiff-arming the shit out of my girl as if I'm posing for the Heisman Trophy. After she stopped beating my face in, she had the nerve to say, I hit her, and hurt her worse by pressing her face against the glass. Are you fucking kidding me? This bitch almost took both of our lives. Long story short, as soon as I was able to come to a safe and complete stop, I kicked the bitch out and haven't heard from her since. This was 3 weeks ago, and it's all for the best. That type of girl can never be satisfied, which is something I've learned the hard way over the past 3 years. But this was the straw that did it. So my question for you is, was I wrong in this situation, and do I owe her an apology? No and no. All right? All you can do is break down your game plan. All right? This is where you fucked up. You took the bait. All right? She kept bitching and bitching and bitching and bitching, trying to make you mad. She got you to do exactly what she wanted you to do. So that gave her an excuse to do what she wanted to do, which was fucking flip out and yell. All right? That's what they do. When they know they don't have a fucking leg to stand on and they know they're wrong, what they then try to do, you know, not all of them, and not in every situation, but when they're not going to be an adult and just say, you know what, you're right, I'm being fucking crazy right now, I apologize. Okay? When they're not going to take that adult route, what they then do is they just push your buttons and they just try to make you mad, and they just keep pushing you and pushing it and pushing it and pushing it until you then flip out and say something fucking crazy like, well, if you don't like it, then why don't you get the fuck out? And then they flip out. All right? So what you got to do is in the future is you just don't take the bait. You got to recognize, you know, they're doing the fucking Dennis Rodman thing to you. They're baiting you into a penalty. That's all they're doing, okay? And the ref always sees the retaliation. That's basically, it's the same fucking thing. So in the future, just don't get mad. It will drive them up the fucking wall, and you won't believe the amount of arguments you're going to start winning. Because in their effort to piss you off, they're going to cross like 10 other lines, all right? Now, when they cross 10 other lines, if you take the bait and then go even further down the road, that's all that's remembered in the end. As you then try and piece together who said what when. But if they cross 10 lines and you don't take the bait, they are 10 lines beyond where the fuck they should be, and you got them dead to rights. And you just have to maintain your fucking cool. Now, getting back to this other shit is you do not owe her a fucking apology. All right? It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. It's absolutely childish. And you can't, as an adult, expect somebody to not hit you if you're hitting them. All right? She's basically asking you to extend a common human-to-human courtesy that she's not extending to you. So she can go fuck herself. You definitely, I don't know if you made the right move. Now, I don't know if you walk around calling her a bitch and that type of thing. This is you just trying to be a tough guy. Going, then this bitch said this, and this, you know, this bitch said that. That's another thing. Don't go around calling them bitches, because that just kills your argument. Don't ever call them bad names, all right? Just hold your ground. Don't lose your fucking cool, and let them go through their whole little fucking histrionics trying to get you to take the fucking bait, All right? And as long as in the relationship you admit when you're wrong and you sincerely apologize, they don't have a fucking leg to stand on when you're right. And you're going to start winning arguments and you're going to be happier. There you go. All right? And other than that, I don't know. Stop dating psychos.
All right, here we go. Another creepy email. Yet another creepy email. Interested in younger girl of legal age. Okay. Dear Billy Blue Balls. In your last podcast, and many others, you talked about what you think is an acceptable age gap between people in a relationship. Oh, by the way, that, divide by 2 and add 7, that guy was taking credit for. I like to do this. You fucking hack. The French came up with that. Those stinky, smelly sons of bitches came up with that one. Actually, the younger French people don't smell. It's the older ones that have just not given in to, good Lord, those smelly menage a trois. Is that you or me? I currently have a moral dilemma that relates to the topic in which, as a 20-year-old, I'm thinking about pursuing a relationship with a girl who's 16. Dude, where in the fucking world is she legal? She asked me out recently, and I'm toiling with the decision as to whether or not I should take her up on her offer. I'd like to know what your thoughts are about this. Before you jump to conclusion and start hating my guts, let me give you a little backstory. Where I live, the age of consent is 16. So this is 100% legal. You know what? I would do a search to try to figure out where that is because you conveniently didn't tell you. But if I did, I'd end up on some list because I would be searching where is 16 legal to fuck somebody. If you go with the French, divide your age in half, that's 10. You add 7, 17. You're coming in under the fucking wire. I'm a very young-looking 20-year-old. So what, Ralph Macchio ought to be able to fuck a 16-year-old? What the fuck kind of... Oh my, when did this become the To Catch a Predator podcast? I'm a very young-looking 20-year-old and can easily pass off as a high school student, you fucking creep. If you didn't look at my ID, you'd think me and this girl are the same age. She's highly intelligent and very mature. What is mature in your world? There aren't just pictures in her book? I know pedophiles like to use this phrase a lot to justify their actions, but I can have better conversations with this girl than most girls my age and older. Wait a minute, this is a lady! I just turned 20, and for much of the time, we are only 3 years apart. Okay, wait a minute. Now, you're going to expose me for being a sexist individual here. All right, so you're both women. I need, shit, Nia's still sleeping. I need a fucking female's advice here. You know? Because, the way you're set up physically, this is how dumb I am. Okay? And don't judge me here. Help me. Because of the way you're set up physically, for some reason it doesn't seem as bad. You know? That you can, you're not going to fuck them. You know? You're just going to kiss them and pet them and lap at them. This is so fucking creepy. Oh, wait, there's more excuses here. I'm sorry. I just turned 20, and for much of the time, we're only 3 years apart. She's probably much more experienced sexually than me, as she had previously been in a serious relationship for quite some time. Jesus Christ, when did this girl start fucking? And I've never had a relationship that lasted more than a month or two. Never in my entire life, including grade school, have I ever had a relationship or gone on a date with someone younger than me. This is an entirely new territory, and I guess you can see why I'd be apprehensive. You keep painting yourself as the victim. I really like this girl, and she must like me, but I don't know what my next step should be. There's no one I can really talk to about this without them jumping to conclusions, so any advice you can give me would be helpful. Thanks, Bill, and go fuck yourself. P.S. Please come to Saskatchewan. Okay, there we go. sometime during your travels. You got fans up here, and we're aching for some high-quality stand-up. All right. Well, what's weird about this email is where I live, 16 is not the age of consent. All right? So this is creeping me out. Now, let me make sure you are a female. I didn't read that wrong. She's highly intelligent. I know pedophiles use this phrase, but I can only have better conversation. Where did I think that she was a woman? I'm a very young-looking 20-year-old and can easily pass off as a high school student. If you didn't look at my ID, you'd think me and this girl are the same age. Where did I think that this was a woman? Am I out of my fucking mind? Jesus Christ. Now I don't know what the fuck to think. Look, if you're a guy and you're going to make this fucking move, I can't get out of the fact that it's fucking illegal in my world. And I use the French thing, cut in half plus 7. Whatever you are, man, woman, hermaphrodite, just be like, look, talk to me in 11 months. All right, when you turn 17. And I guess that's legal up, even more legal, and I don't know. I don't fucking know. You know, go make a snowman with them. I don't want to read these anymore. All right? I don't want to be like giving people, there's a 8-year-old down the street, and I'm a young 14-year-old, and I don't like doing the stuff people my age do. I still like playing with Matchbox cars. Fucking creepy. All right?
A little bit of advice here. Listen to this fucking situation this guy got himself into. All right, Bill, my girlfriend is 10 years older than me. Oh, Jesus. She has 2 kids. Oh, Jesus. And has been married and divorced twice. Dude, what the fuck? I'm 26. Jesus Christ. College graduate. Has any of this made any sense to any of you? Would anybody else be out there, 26, college fucking graduate, have a girlfriend 10 years older than you with 2 kids who's been married and divorced twice? Good God, man. He goes, I consider myself somewhat intelligent. I'm sure you are, but not in this area. By that, I mean you should have no problem understanding this email. Well, yeah, I know. Everybody trashes me. I know. I'm the worst when it comes to reading this shit. So anyways, here we go. He says, 4 weeks ago, I found text messages to some dude on my girlfriend's phone that, although innocent enough, made it clear that whoever she was texting was on more familiar grounds than just some work colleague or a friend. Jesus Christ, dude. Is there going to be a happy ending here? I confronted her about it, and it predictably led to a lot of finger pointing. We went back and forth for a few days and aired out our grievances, but it seemed agreeable. Now he makes, I guess, point number 2. 2 more weeks pass by, and lo and behold, I find more text messages from the same fucking guy. At first I tell myself, okay, maybe she can't break things off with this dude so quickly. Jesus Christ, dude. You know, sometimes liberal thought is a great thing. Like, let's have a fair fucking trial for somebody before we hang them from the nearest tree. But then there's times it's fucking stupid. This is just liberal thought to how much of a benefit of the doubt can you give somebody, you know? So he goes, so I confront her about it. And this leads to another round of finger pointing, at which point she tells me to pack my shit and leave. Well, dude, I'm going to tell you right now, before I read the rest of it, that's fucking great. You didn't have to do any dirty work. You're out. You're fucking out. So anyways, he goes, we're separated for a week when she asked me to come back and move in. Dude, this chick is a fucking psycho. Here we go. We talk about our future together. How sorry she is to have done that to me, etc., etc. For fuck's sakes, we were even talking about getting married when things finally fucking evened out. I was full of piss and vinegar and felt vindicated that I was the one wronged in the whole situation, and that she was actually making good by taking responsibility for what she had done. Dude, taking responsibility would have been fucking after...
Dude, the second you see those weird texts, I'm telling you right now, just get out of the relationship. There isn't, oh, sorry about that. No, that's it. It's over. It's fucking over. But whatever. You're 26. I guess you still haven't learned. I was dumb in my 20s, so here we go. Let's read the rest of this. All was well and good until she didn't come home this Thursday night, November 11th. She came in Friday morning with no explanation, no apology, no nothing. She asked me to give her some more time, but I decided to cut bait and just get the fuck out of the situation. Hang on a second, everybody. Sorry, I had to give him a little applause break there. Of course, now I'm racked with guilt of leaving the woman I loved and lived with for the past 5 fucking years. You got with her when you were 21, dude? She was 31. Wait, let's do the math. She was 31. You were 21. She was already married twice. All right, this chick's a psycho. And you know what that means? She's fucking great in bed. You were 21. She fucking devastated you with fucking her pussy, right? Best blowjob you ever had. Isn't that what happened? And next thing you know, you were too young and dumb, and you fell for her. Ah, Jesus Christ. You stayed there for 5 fucking years. So anyway, I guess this chick's still calling him, telling him she still wants to get back together. I feel like every time I sack up and do what I think is best for me, she wants me back. And every time when I do what's best for us as a couple, she uses that as an opportunity to fuck with me all over again. Yes, yes. You're absolutely right. Listen to your gut. This guy, see, he knows the fucking answers. He's listening to his gut. Good fucking man. Is it just that chicks can't handle a guy that is emotionally invested, or do I just happen to be dealing with one of those sociopaths that doesn't give a fuck what she does so long as it suits her in the moment? Yes. There's plenty of fucking good women. Well, there's not plenty of good women. There's good women out there, all right? Just like a good man's hard to find. Finding a good woman is also difficult, all right? But no, you happen to be dealing with an absolute fucking sociopath. All right? She had a fucked up childhood. Something happened to her. She either got touched, her fucking dad took off. I don't know. Or she just got she got one of those bad brains. You know? I can tell you guys my theory on that. The A brain, the B brain, and the C brain. The A brain is the genius. The B brain is the, dude, he's a good fucking shit. You know? Fitzy. And then the C brain is you're a fucking mouth-breathing moron. All right? And when it comes to being a sociopath, that's just like getting an option on the car. All brains come with that option. It's all available. Like satellite radio. You know, you get satellite radio in a fucking Bentley. You can also get it in my fucking Prius. All right? So, did that make any fucking sense? You got a sociopath with the fucking... She could even have the A brain. That's the sad thing about having a fucked up childhood. She could actually be a fucking genius. But she's got that sociopath shit, so... Tell her to go call fucking Dr. Drew. All right? And you get the fuck out of the relationship. So anyways, I'd imagine you'd agree that I did the right thing. But it always helps to get a little bit of better perspective on it. Dude, I totally understand. You've been in a 5-year relationship. You're emotionally invested in this shit. So you know what the right thing to do is. But your emotions keep fucking with you. All right? So what you got to know is just, look. Going through a breakup is painful. All right? It's not going to not be painful. But just because it's painful doesn't mean that it's not the right thing to do. You are 100 fucking percent doing the right fucking thing. You're 26 years old. You're in the prime of your fucking life. All right? Get out of that situation, okay? She's 10 years older than you. By the time you're 29, she's going to be hitting fucking menopause. All right? Or something like that. Whatever. Sliding into it. I have no fucking idea what she's going to be doing. She's going to be wearing those mom jeans at that point. If she's not already. Which I don't think she is. She's probably that fucking, you know, that anorexic cougar look. You know? Where they got a varicose vein in between their fucking, you can see their breastplate. Jesus Christ, Bill. Stay on topic. Yeah, so dude, just get out of that. Hang out with your fucking fellas. You know, hang out with your buddies, go out and fucking have some beers, join a gym, get fucking shredded. Go out and start talking shit when you're ready. But don't go back to that, man. You dodged a fucking bullet. The fact that you were with her for 5 years and you didn't knock her up and you got out of it
And even after 5 years, you're only 26 years old. You made the best fucking move you're going to make. All right? And now this is what you need to do. You've been in a relationship for 5 years. You need to be single for at least a fucking year and a half. And I don't mean just be single and fucking booze. Figure out what the fuck you're looking for. All right? And when you meet a girl, if she doesn't have it, just bang her and leave. You know? There's nothing wrong with having a good fucking time, but do not get sucked into another fucking relationship because you're gonna have to go through this shit again. You know, where you're just sitting there and you know it's fucking wrong, but you don't want to go through the fucking pain of it, and you keep coming back. It's a fucking nightmare. It's a fucking nightmare. Good for you, sir. I'm fucking proud of you. You did the right thing. You're sort of fucking wavering because you're going through the emotions. You're only 26. You got with her when you were 21. It's probably your first major fucking breakup. So it's acceptable that you fucked up and went back that second time. But do not go back again. And if any of your fucking friends are listening to this, don't let them do that shit. All right? Tie him to a fucking bar stool and start throwing drinks down his throat.
Bill, I fucked up and could use a hand. All right, let's see. How did you fuck up? Hey, you old biscuit bacon bitch. I fucked this one up and could use some of your broadcasted advice. I'm a 26-year-old guy living and working in the great white north, Toronto to be exact, and I love your podcast and all that shit. Thank you. Anyways, a few months ago, I started seeing this really sweet girl. She's pretty, she's thoughtful, and she's as low maintenance as a 1991 Honda Civic. Okay. It sounds like the beginning of a horror movie. Everything's like fucking perfect, right? And he literally says, perfect, exclamation point. She deserves to be treated right. About a month ago, I was eating in a restaurant with a buddy when this smoking hot redhead comes up to me out of the blue and says, hey, you're cute. Take my number. Let's go out sometime. I should have said no. I have a girlfriend right then and there, but the excitement of having a babe throw herself at me was too much for me to pass up. Abso-fucking-lutely it was. That's like a fucking movie. We're not wired to pass that moment up. I'm not saying you go and do it, but Jesus. He said, I didn't have the damn strength to keep it in my pants. Later that night, after a few wobbly pops, I texted her looking to meet up. We did, and we did the deed. I felt like a piece of shit. Yes. We've all been there. As men, we've all been there. And a lot of ladies, too, which never gets any press because it's considered sexist to suggest that. Here's where it's getting interesting and slightly complicated. Not even 48 hours later, I'm hanging out with my girlfriend when she gets a call from one of her friends saying, I have some bad news to tell you. Oh, boy. I overheard the conversation coming from my girlfriend's phone, and knowing exactly what the bad news was, I snatched the phone from her and proceeded to spill my guts and told her the whole story. Well, there you go. At least you manned it up. Evidently, the friend that called was roommates with the redhead, and the redhead, through social media, had hunted me down and shown my picture to her roommates. Dude, you can't get away with anything anymore. Look at this. The friend goes on to tell the redhead that I have a girlfriend. Oh, dude, this is like you're going to end up with nothing here. My girlfriend obviously was super upset, but being the sweetheart she is, and after many I'm so sorry's from me, she agreed to let me try to make it up to her. How do cheaters do this shit? I didn't even last 48 hours. Cut to 2 weeks later, myself and 3 of my buddies since kindergarten are on a mountaineering expedition in Peru. Dude, what are you, fucking Jason Bourne? What's going on here? Hot chicks throwing themselves at you, now you're in fucking Peru? A trip we planned since February, and I get this panic-stricken email from my girlfriend saying she, parentheses, the redhead, had broken into my apartment and trashed the place. See attached photos. Dude, what the fuck? Women are fucking crazy. Let's just say this, okay? Like, how is she hurt? She came walking up to you, threw her fucking clam at you. You fucking took it. You're not in a relationship with her. My voice is literally cracking. You're not in a relationship. You're not in a fucking relationship with her. Dude, you need to prosecute this fucking woman. This has to stop. This whole fucking thing that when women get upset, they can destroy property. Let a guy go out and fucking trash some woman's car after she fucks around on him. He'll end up in jail and have to pay for the fucking car. Everything was smashed. My TV, one of my guitars. She cut up my bed sheets and the duvet. She even went so far as to throw all my towels in the bathtub and ran the water. How do I know it was the redhead? The dumb bitch left a note next to the TV saying, cheaters never win, or some bullshit like that. Give me a fucking break. She even bragged about the whole ordeal to her affirmation roommate. Classic guy. He just writes, sheesh. My girlfriend called the cops, and upon my return from Peru, I set up a restraining order against the redhead. You should fucking you should sue her. Here's the problem. All this drama has led to my girlfriend reconsidering her willingness to give me a second chance. Dude, here's the real thing. Anytime some fucking smoking hot girl just comes up to you and throws it at you, you know it's a head case. Go with a fake name. I feel real bad about the whole situation and want to make it work between us, but there's this little voice in my head says, let her break up with you and start fresh. I'm pretty confused. I was going to say that. Just start over again, dude. You're 26. What are you going to, you got a dick. This is going to happen. All right, so he goes, I fucked up initially, but forgiveness then got fucked with, and the forgiveness was retracted. Anyways, I hope your sage advice is half as good as those fucking pies you make. Thanks a lot, and go fuck yourself. Yeah, dude, you know what you got to do? You got to walk, and you got to have this crazy redheaded bitch pay for your shit. All right? Jesus Christ. She takes no responsibility in that, just walking around throwing her fucking pussy at everybody. I mean, what the fuck you think's going to happen? It's, as a guy, you could walk around throwing your dick at fucking people for years and not get anything. This is why there's the double standard. If a guy does it, he's a stud because he has to convince people. Just the way we're set it's the way we're set up. Okay, women are no better than guys. It's what it is the way they're set up anatomically is they're letting someone enter their body. That is a major decision. Sticking your dick in something, it's fine. It's like, it's like putting cereal back in the cabinet. I mean, you don't even fucking think about it. I probably, there's probably ignorance in there. Yeah, I would just say, like, you know what? You're right. I fucked up. That's a really big pet peeve of mine that fucking women get to do shit like that. That you just get to walk around, destroy your shit. Just fucked up your TV and all that, dude. And and your whole thing is just like, sheesh. Like, we're just conditioned to be like, all right, that's what they do. They ruin your stuff. Dude, you were 100% in the wrong. You shouldn't have done it. You definitely did a piece of shit thing, but that doesn't give somebody the right to break into your fucking apartment. That's breaking and entering and destroying property. She should be in jail. This is what you do. I would break up with her, and I would try to take legal action against the redhead. And at some point, you want to send her a note, but don't do it. Just say, yeah, breaking and entering, fucking felons never win either, whatever the fuck that is. Yeah, dude, whatever, it happened. And, yeah, you know what I would do? You're 26, stay single for a while. Stay single for a while, go to the gym, get back in shape, figure out what the fuck you want to do. Do you want to fuck a bunch of women, or do you want to meet the one? But I think at this point, dude, you got enough fucking drama. I can't believe she gets to do that. Like, first of all, she got laid. The redhead. She got fucking laid, She had a great fucking time, and she gets to bust up somebody's place like a fucking rock star and then walk out of there and feel like she's a fucking hero. This is why I don't give a shit that they make less an hour than I do. Because when you add up all the fucking perks, I mean, it's a pretty good goddamn deal being a woman. You get all your emotions out all the fucking time. You get to break up people's shit. And you get to live longer than men. I don't know what the fucking problem is. You're going to complain about an extra 79 cents? All right, I'm 38. She's 19. Oh, Jesus. And pregnant. Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. All right. when you were banging her, were you still wearing your high school football jacket that you can't button anymore? Oh, God. All right. Hey, yo, Billy Bloodnut. Josh here from Sydney, Australia. Oh, one of my favorite fucking countries out there. I love Australia. I haven't been there in forever. I need the advice of the world's greatest copper wire pubes owner. Well, that would be me. I'm a 38-year-old man who's been seeing a 19-year-old stunner. All right. Well, I don't know what that would be frowned upon here. You know, I mean, people did it. I mean, people always made fun of that shit. All right. I don't know. I don't know how it works over there. All right. We met at the gym. I'll never forget the day she walked in. The second I saw her, my heart skipped a beat as she put down her book bag. I'm kidding. My heart skipped a beat and I froze. Amazing face, fuck me eyes, tiny waist, and a fat ass that hips thrust 200 kilograms. Jesus, this guy is a fucking creep. I've never had a problem speaking with women, to be honest. I've fucked roughly 1,000 women in my years with a few serious relationships in between. You've had serious relationships while fucking 1,000. You must have been fucking those women right through those relationships. I couldn't even say hello to this girl for 3 months. The whole time I thought she was 26. I changed gyms for a week, and every day, all day within that week, I felt like it would be my life's regret if I didn't say hello. I swallowed my fears, probably from building her up in my head that 3 months, and went back to the gym and finally said hello. Her response was the same as my energy. She had been waiting for me to say hello that whole time. The next day, we went for dinner and cocktails. I found out she was 19, an influencer with over 200,000 followers, pretty good for an Aussie chick, and had been living between Sydney and LA for a couple of years. Needless to say, using the words of the great Dave Chappelle, I beat the pussy up. You know, I got to tip my cap to how unfiltered this guy is. Murphy's Law has it that she falls pregnant. I don't think that's Murphy's Law, buddy. I think that's the law of nature. If you don't wear a condom and she's not barren and you fucking bust in her, yeah, that could happen. That's not Murphy's Law, dude. Let's not blame the Irish for this one, too. All right, we came to the decision not to go through with it. Over the weeks, she went to scans so they can determine dates and when to do the deed. Over that time, she grew attached to the pregnancy by seeing the heartbeat. Yeah, and the pictures, exactly. And ultimately decided to keep it. Well, good for her. Over the weeks in that meantime, I struggled with the age difference. Oh, now you struggle with the age. You never fucking struggle when you fucking busted a nut in her. The major reason being I have a 5-year-old son to one woman and an 18-year-old daughter to another. This guy is a fucking piece of work. They're the same age. Your older daughter, yeah, it's the same age. Billy Big Balls, what the fuck do I do? Well, there's nothing you can do. He goes, my daughter doesn't know. Well, you got to tell her. I've told my besties, and they're all like, bro, you're the king. This is just reading like this isn't real. They didn't go like, bro, you just fucked your life. But I feel like a dud and a bad father. I'd say you definitely have some sort of issues. You might want to go to therapy if this is true. And see why you're banging 1,000 women and fucking... You got a 5-year-old with this one, an 18-year-old with that one. Now you're going to have one with this 19-year-old. Yeah, I would definitely say you got some sort of commitment issues or something. I don't know what, but it's going to cost you. If you were in my country, dude, you'd be fucking broke. If my daughter was seeing a dude my age, it would be the last day she saw him alive. Okay, so... All right, so are you acknowledging that you were a bit of a dirtbag here? But goddamn, what would a bald, emaciated Viking like yourself do? I would raise that kid, and I'd start wearing a fucking condom, is what I would do. Stay blessed, stay healthy, stay being awesome. Every day, listener to something of your work for years now. Yeah, buddy, listen, dude, you got to get your dick under control. your dick is fucking your life up. You don't have control over it, and your dick is deciding what you're going to do rather than your brain. Because if you looked at all of that on paper, if you talk to the younger you, now I know you love your kids and everything, okay? Didn't you wanted to find, I don't think that you wanted to have a bunch of kids with a bunch of different women. I mean, that makes it really difficult, but I mean, it is your life. So what I would do is I would man up to what you did. I would tell my daughters about it. I'd go to therapy if you agree with what I'm saying. I would start wearing a condom. I try to get with women my own age or within reason. You know what I mean? I mean, okay, I'll go with the fact you thought she was 26, but when you found out she was 19, not only do you still go, I guess you found out on the date, you still bang her, you bust a nut in her. I mean, those were, what's the nicest way of saying really fucking stupid moves? Yeah, buddy, what are you doing, man? I'm getting stressed reading this whole fucking thing. That's what I would do. I mean, you gotta raise this kid is what you gotta do. I don't know where your now soon to be 3 kids live. I would pick an apartment right in the middle of all of them, and I would dedicate the next 20 years of my life to making sure that 5-year-old and that your new kid don't have daddy issues. So they don't go to a gym and bang some 38-year-old without a fucking condom. All right, good luck to you, brother.
Sexting, all right. This isn't really, well, this is about this guy. He, remember I told you that story about that dude. He worked for some corporation, Sea Cubicles, all right? And I'm sure he's on some sort of team.
Right.
And everybody has to do some sort of song before they go in there, like those poor kids who
Morale
work at
building exercises.
Yeah, like those people who work at the Cold Stone Creamery. You ever see them with making like the goddamn ice cream going hi ho, hi ho.
Yeah.
It's off to work. I just that like a part of me dies when I see that. When I just see people like it's like basically watching someone work in like an ice cream death camp when I'm in there. None of them are happy. None of them dreamed of doing that.
Ice cream death camp.
Maybe if you're like a fatty, when you got a job at an ice cream store, kind of like a pedophile getting a job at like a Cub Scout camp.
Wow.
Isn't that where they always end up? I love working with kids.
Oh, God.
I said that last week. Follow your dreams unless you're a pedophile.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So then using that, I shouldn't say that I have a problem with fatties working in the ice cream store. Let's get to this shit. So anyways, so they're going to get everybody in shape. So they hire some sort of personal trainer, and he's training everybody. All right? And what he does is he gets everybody's emails.
Right.
Great move on this guy's part. Fucking great move. Now he doesn't have to deal with them face to face. And if there's any fucking hotties he wants to bang, he can take it to the next level.
Sure.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Okay.
Shooting fish in a fucking barrel, or fishing barrels in a shooting gallery. So, anyways, so all of a sudden this guy notices that he gets one text going, "Hey Brad, just do a couple more jumping jacks and you should be fine." But for some reason, his little hottie wife has to get like 40 fucking texts from this guy at like 11:30 at night.
I do remember this.
Yeah.
So he and his wife work at the same place, obviously.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Work at the same place, right? So he fucking he finds out about. He keeps asking his wife.
I remember this. Okay.
All right. Well, I'm going to recap for people who didn't listen last
course.
week. All right. So he keeps he keeps catching his wife late at night texting, and he goes, "Who are you texting?" And she would immediately slam the phone shut because she's got a flip phone, evidently, and would say nobody. Either would say nobody or would get mad and say nobody.
Right.
So this guy's not a moron. He figures out something's up.
Sure.
He's into some sort of fucking Spygate shit where he's at. He hacks into her thing, gets her password, and sees that all these text messages back and forth to the trainer. So what does he do? He's a goddamn man. Does he slap his fucking wife around? No. He goes right to the trainer and says, "Hey,"
slaps him around
and says, "Hey, sport." No, because you get sued. You get sued for that now. You get sued for kicking somebody's ass when you're right.
Yeah.
He goes, hey, Sport, why don't you do me a favor and stop texting my fucking wife in all hours of the night? So then Sporto there immediately starts acting like a bitch around him, starts acting overly nice, like, you know, what all guilty people do.
Right,
If he was
yeah.
innocent, he would have got mad.
Sure.
Be like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? I always text people about how to make their core stronger at 2 a.m. I'm dedicated. Maybe you should be inspired by what I'm doing. I specifically am interested in women having a strong core because they're so beaten down in society. You know, he would have come back with some shit like that, but he didn't. Now he's all like, hey, man, how are you? With this
Right.
whole, please don't beat the shit out of me
Right.
and expose me for being the dirtbag I am so I lose this giant money-making client here, right? Yeah. So anyways, she denies the whole fucking thing. So he sent a couple of texts that this girl wrote. They were talking about the Beatles, and he writes, all those damn Beatles songs make my stomach hurt when I listen to them because it reminds me of getting ready to go see you. They give me anxiety. This is what the trainer is writing to this guy's wife. Now, what sort of exercise are they talking about there? Is that what is that? Is that push-ups? So then she writes back, all the lonely people, where do they all belong?
Oh, God.
Right? And then he said, I remember you asking me if I related that song to you because I thought you were lonely. He's talking about our fucking marriage.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy. This guy's a dirtbag.
It's the classic.
I love him.
It's the
I
classic.
love him.
It's the classic. He listens to me.
Yeah. Oh, this guy, he's just
He
saying
listens
everything.
to me. We talk about music,
Yeah.
my feelings.
Oh, yeah.
My husband doesn't do that.
Right. And what it
He
is
ignores
his
me.
dick is downloading all the knowledge in this guy's brain that he has about human beings, and he's just giving her, and the dick is just is basically sitting in the Captain Kirk chair. He's just fucking anything she wants to hear. So anyways,
Sure.
then he write another one. He said, I know, fuck my life. I wear my fuck my life to sleep, and I have a confession to make. I also wear your panties. She goes, LOL, shut up. He writes, it's true. So, I don't know what kind of fucking shit this guy's into, but the real question is not whether or not that's socially acceptable. The real question is, how did he get this married woman's panties? He at least finger blasted her. Would you go with me on that?
I mean, maybe he's just saying that to be just like controversial. Or
That's what I
something.
thought.
Like
but
to
she
be-
goes, LOL, shut up. He goes, it's true.
Yeah, but he just still may be joking.
Were you talking to the
around.
mic?
Oh, he may just still be joking around. But if he
It's
is wearing,
true.
but if he is, she gave it to him. How else would he have him? And they're
I know.
talking about
All
the
right.
Beatles and
Whatever.
shit. She
Whatever.
gave it to him. If it's
Okay.
true.
Okay, so well, that's basically what I'm saying. So they
Okay.
he's got her fucking panties. They're both adults. I'm guessing by this she's like in her 30s. What is he doing? Fingering her and taking her out for a malt? He's banging her. He fucking banged her. This fucking piece of shit. Who'd be a great movie kid. This is a great character for a fucking movie. So anyways, he said, and that's what he said. His wife, she's still denying this whole conversation ever happened. She's just in complete, obviously, denial. She's in denial. He said, I'm dumping her, not for the reminiscing talk, but for but for lying to me.
He's not interested in trying to.
Please say that, Nia, and I swear to God, I'm going to throw my computer at you. I will throw this fucking computer at you. Are you fucking... He's not interested in what?
I don't know. Working it out. Don't throw it at me.
No. Go ahead. I'm just going to leave you in dead silence. Go ahead. Tell me...
No. I don't know. No, he's well within his right. I was just posing a question. That's all.
Well within his right.
I don't understand why it doesn't just fess up then.
All right,
Like, if she
that's a
wants
whole
to be
nother
with this other
topic.
guy.
That's a whole nother topic. I mean, what,
I just feel like no. You know what it is?
the
I feel
move
like
here?
something's. I
What
just
is
feel
the
like,
move here
I
other,
feel like
other
a
than
part of the
walking
story
away?
is missing. No, I feel like part of the story is missing or something.
What, the video of them fucking? Is that what's missing? What else is
I
missing?
guess if he's like, hey,
Ow,
you're-
Nia, if you start blaming him for not paying attention and that's why
I'm
she's
not.
fucking this
No,
guy,
no,
I will
no.
fucking throw you out of this room. All right.
No, I'm not. Calm down. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just saying. So he says to her, "Are you cheating on? Are you fucking this guy?" And she's like, "No, shut up. What are you talking about?" Like, and she just flat out deny. I don't understand how she can flat out deny something as hardcore.
'Cause she's a piece
as
of
text.
shit.
That's why I'm saying.
'Cause she's a lying
what
piece
is
of
going
shit.
on?
Nia.
Yeah, but if you have something and you're like looking at it, like this is what you wrote, how are you denying it?
Because that's what denial is. You're totally in denial. I don't have a drinking problem. Is you fucking drinking NyQuil? I think it tastes good. I don't have a problem.
Right. Yeah.
I
guess
like
so.
sleeping. You know?
Yeah.
You know what it is? I'm just making sure you keep speaking to the mic. This is what you keep doing. I want people to hear what you have to say.
Oh, okay. All right.
But this is good shit.
And I'm ruining it?
No, you're saying it off mic. Good fucking Lord. You know what kills me? Is you was still, like, it's just, I don't know. I'm gonna piss you off right now. You ladies will defend, because you guys defend each other, like right there.
I'm not defending
if a guy
her.
did that.
I'm not defending her.
Well, can I get out what I'm gonna say? If a guy did that shit, you'd be like, dump his ass. Girl, he's a fucking loser. You can do better than that. Call me. We'll eat a little moon pie. I'll build you up. That's what the fuck you would have done. But because, I just feel like some part of the story is missing. Like, what is missing?
I guess nothing.
Thank you, Nia. Thank you for being on the podcast.
Yeah. Is that what you wanted?
Yeah,
you just wanted me to come on and agree with you?
A good fucking 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Not agree with me. Agree with the decision this guy made. This isn't about me, Nia. Please. Okay? I'm just a messenger here.
Sure.
You know? I'm just trying to do what's right out
guy
here.
Because it's very clear what's happening, and you got someone who's just like, I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, here's the deal. Man or woman, if the person you're with is texting past, I would even, for regular people who aren't in show business.
The booty hour starts after 11, I would say.
After 11?
Yeah.
Okay, but that's with somebody you're already fucking. Okay? I know you don't understand it because you don't have to talk yourself into it. Guys, we have to spin the plates from the second we meet her all the way through. So you got to be setting it up.
Okay, I've always
7:30 is too creepy and stalkerish. And I would say you start going past 9:30, she's gonna feel like she's some sort of tramp. If you haven't fucked her yet, right? So there's that window. About 8:15 to about 9:07. You have to do the setup text, okay? And the setup text is not talking about pussy. It's I'm watching blah 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 on TV. So and so is so ridiculous. Some sort of fucking just to get it going. You know what I mean?
Right. Something that seems very benign.
Yeah, like a boxer. You feel him out in the first round.
Or the Beatles.
Yeah, you don't load it up, right? You're feeling it out. Yeah, that's what they're doing.
Right.
This fucking guy.
This guy.
You know something? As much of a piece of shit as that guy is, if he writes a book, I would read it in a second.
Why?
Because he's got great. I mean, the position he has. That's like when I used to take that yoga class when I was out here. And there was that guy out in Santa Monica, and he was a phenomenal fucking teacher.
Right.
And this place was jam-packed, and it was by donation only. So then for tax purposes, I think he falls under a church. I know it helped him with taxes, and it's all in cash. So it's all good. All right? And then the hottest fucking women, some of the hottest women ever move out to L.A. to become actresses. Okay?
Yeah.
He's got him in his class, getting them all stretched out before he bangs them. It was one of the greatest. It was fucking airtight.
Yeah.
And he would go around the class, and somehow me, having never touched my toes since I was in the womb, was somehow always doing every position correctly, yet all these other hotties always needed to be adjusted.
Yeah.
Right around the psoas. So I don't get mad at a guy who's got a good thing, but you know, stay away from the fucking married ladies.
Yes. Absolutely.
All right, let's go to advice for the week. Advice. Lady at the office wants it. Okay. Hey, Bill, I was wondering if you and the lovely Nia, if she's around, could help me with an issue I've been having the past couple of months. It has to do with a fucking lady at work. So this girl started at my office a little over 2 months ago, and I've been training her on basically everything. So we've been spending a lot of time together. Cue the porno music. All right. Now, this girl is by no means a smoke show, but she is cute, and she's the type of girl who gets more attractive when you get to know her because she's pretty cool. We have a lot in common, like musical taste, and we both like the same beer, among other things. Oh, so you've obviously gone drinking, or at the very least, you've discussed, going out and having a few. You know what's so funny about that, sir? You didn't even think of that question. Your dick did. Your dick is always closing. Your dick is always in a 2-minute offense, you know? But you got to be careful because just like Brett Favre, it will throw back over the middle for a pick six. And I think that that's what you're about ready to do if you start banging some broad at work. Unless you have the skills. Let me finish reading this thing here. All right. Our job requires a lot of time on the road. Oh, God, this is just totally set up. Our job requires a lot of time on the road, so we have a lot of time to talk to each other while in the car. You're in the car. She smells good. She's crossing her legs. How many times you gotten a fucking hard on as you've been driving with her, trying to keep up some stupid conversation as your dick's going, do it, do it. Anyways, a lot of what we've been talking about is hookups and sex and what we both like and don't like. Dude, this is a layup. You're in there. And as I could have predicted, a bit of sexual tension began to arise. What do you mean you could have predicted? Dude, don't fucking play this game with me. All right? You know what you're doing. A little bit of sexual tension that you fucking created. You're steering the conversation towards this exactly like you should be doing. This is right down the checklist. By the time I get done reading this, you'll probably fucking blow a load in her. You're doing everything you can to fuck this girl. Anyways, what didn't help the situation was one day when we admitted to each other that we would bang each other if she didn't have a boyfriend. Oh, Jesus. Dude, listen, before we go any further, I totally respect what you're doing here. All right? What I don't respect is the way you're telling it to me as if this shit is just happening and you're not manipulating the situation, okay? You're totally manipulating the situation. This is like T-ball. This is like pussy T-ball at this point. It's just sitting right there waiting for you to knock it out of the park, and it was all because of the excellent fucking work that you've done. All right? I'm going to continue to read this. All right? But I want to tell you and everybody else, don't fucking talk to me like I'm an idiot. Yeah, I just, when I had the sexual tension because we're sitting there talking about banging. How did you get on that subject? What dumb subject was she talking about as you sat there and sort of fucking forced the conversation? Not forced, because then she would have known. You just sort of gradually, how did you do it? Did you compliment her shoes or something? That's always a good thing. You know what's a great fucking way if you're trying to figure out how to turn the topic to sex and you're not at a bar or anything, is you actually compliment another woman that walks by and be like, wow, now there's a beautiful woman. I could really, and women just find that fascinating. Why? What do you like about it? Blah, 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 blah. And you start with that as the jump off point, and then you're in. Then you're in. You're in. Okay? Just don't reach out and grab her titty in a moment of fucking reflex, though, because then you'll have a problem. All right, here we go. The sexual tension only got worse as we talked about it more, saying what we would do if we ever hooked up with each other. Yeah, first of all, this girl does not love her boyfriend, and this is over. This is like a fucking Red Shoe Diary at this point. Meanwhile, when we are in the office, she calls me from her desk to mine, and sends me email trying to chit-chat and shit and basically flirts hardcore. See, right there, dude. Right there. Right there. You just had a meltdown in the nuclear plant. It's starting to spill over. You got to get this girl under wraps. This is bad. To the point where people have asked if there's anything going on between us. You're sloppy. You're young and you're sloppy. When we're out of work, she texts me constantly, which gets a little annoying, but I'd be a liar if I didn't like it because, who doesn't like flirting with an attractive lady? You told me before that she wasn't really that attractive, but after a while she starts getting more attractive. What, after she says she wants to suck your dick? Oh, fuck. You know what this is? This chick is like a virus, and she's already contaminated your entire workspace. This might be beyond my help. I don't even know where you're going with this. Anyways, the situation came to a head one Saturday night when she texts me saying she wants to be drunk honest with me. I literally said, oh, Jesus, to myself, Why? You created this situation. And he goes, and I asked what she meant. She went on to say she wanted to make out with me because she's never felt this way about someone, and even though she loves her boyfriend, who she's about to move in with and plans on marrying, she doesn't think that making out with me is a big deal. I kind of brushed it off as a drunk text, and when she texted me the next day, I asked her if she had changed her mind, and she said no, and she still wanted to. So I asked you this, sir, what the fuck do I do? I know it sucks to be cheated on because I've been cheated on, and I don't want to do that to this dude because I've met her boyfriend once, and he's a good guy. At the same time, he's not my friend. Here's where his dick comes in to argue the other side of it. At the same time, he's not my friend, and therefore I feel I need to be loyal. I don't need to be loyal to him by not hooking up with his girlfriend. I know it'd be a sleazeball move on my part, but she's old enough to make her own decisions, and she has told me it wouldn't affect her relationship with him. Oh, Jesus, dude. Whether or not that's actually true, I won't know unless I go through with this and wait for the fallout. Exactly. Once again, she told me she wants to do that. All she wants to do is make out and not bang. But I know myself, and as a 23-year-old guy, making out doesn't quite do it for me anymore, so I know I'll try to go further. Let me know what you think. Thanks in advance. Love the podcast. All right. The question you got to ask, you need to ask two questions. How much do you like your job? And two, can her boyfriend beat the shit out of you? Does he have any felony convictions or anything like that? Because this whole thing is going to blow up in your face. This is a confused woman. She doesn't know what she wants to do. She doesn't know how to be in a relationship. She's actually using you. And you guys are going to fuck. You might not fuck the first time, but you're going to fuck. And then you're going to fuck on a regular basis unless you decide you don't want to. And it's going to get weird. This is one of these girls, no matter what, it's going to get fucking weird. So, all right. I don't know what to tell you here because I don't know all the details, but the smart move here is to not fuck this woman. Okay? People already know there's sexual tension, so if you know she has a boyfriend, they know she has a boyfriend, and you're just going to look like a piece of shit. And the whole thing's going to blow up, and it's going to be gossip, and if you have any sort of, like, desire to move up in that company, you're really going to fucking screw that aspect of it up. There's plenty of fucking women. You're 23 years old. You're in the prime of your fucking life. Go out and fuck somebody else. All right? And that whole thing there, she's got a boyfriend and, blah, 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 blah. I agree with you. That's not your fucking fault. Okay? But the thing about it is, what makes it weird is you're going to see this girl again the next day. And the next day, and the next day. And you know what's going to happen is, you're in your head, you can be like, yeah, we're just fucking because she said we're just fucking. And she said it isn't a big deal because she said it isn't a big deal. And you know what? She's gradually going to suck you into having a fucking relationship with her. And you're going to end up having to break up with somebody that you're not even going out with at fucking work. And then she's going to make your life a living hell. This fucking girl, not only can she not keep her goddamn legs closed, she can't keep her fucking mouth shut. She's going to talk to somebody else and the whole thing's going to fucking blow up. All right? So, my advice to you is don't fuck this girl. have a mature conversation with her and say, look, it'd be one thing if you were single, but you're not. You have a boyfriend. I feel bad. I met the guy. You want to move in with them. You want to get married. This is the way you do. I really find you attractive. I would really love to hook up with you, but I can't. I wasn't raised that way. You just back out of it that way. And just get the fuck out of it, man. I'm telling you. Unless you haven't been laid in a while and you don't give a shit about your job, then just fucking bang her right on your goddamn desk in front of the security cameras. You know? Put your website, write it on your back. And you know what? Fucking come right in her face. Give this dirty whore what she fucking deserves. You know? But other than that, I'm telling you, the downfall of men, it's our dicks. Our dicks get us in more fucking goddamn trouble than anything else. And if you can somehow make a rational decision despite the fucking moron shit your dick is saying. Your dick is like that diva wide receiver on the football team screaming for the ball every other play, you know? And you know goddamn well it's double coverage, okay? All you need to do is just fucking wind down the last 2 minutes of the game and there's your fucking douche screaming at you. What are you going to do? You know? That's a tough one. That's really a tough one. But you know, if you're gonna break up with her, just act like you're an honorable human being, and just say, "I can't do it because you have a boyfriend." Just say it like you believe it, and then get out of it. And you watch what happens. Okay, there's still gonna be fallout to that. It just feels like weird, like you're not like talking to me anymore, bitch. Fuck you, you psycho. You already have a situation on your hands. Please, by the way, I'm actually invested in this emotionally now. I want to know what happens. Please let me know if you fuck her, if you don't fuck her, what happens, what doesn't happen, and all that. All right? Jesus Christ. Jesus, that's a fucking situation.
All right, can't get laid. Bill, I'm a huge fan. I listen to all your podcasts and stand-up. Now that I'm done sucking your dick. I love how you guys just can't give me a fucking compliment. And then you feel all uncomfortable because you actually enjoy the fucking podcast. Just be a man and give me a goddamn compliment. You know? I'm done sucking your dick. You're uncomfortable. I'm not uncomfortable. I enjoy the praise. He says, I need some advice. I'm starting my sophomore year of college and I've never been more depressed. My high school girlfriend broke up with me shortly after graduation and I haven't gotten laid since. It's not like I stay in my room all day. I have friends and I go to parties at least once a week. And even though I never enjoy myself, I just can't get a girl to be interested in me. I also have no idea what I want to do after college. And so I have no motivation to apply myself. The only reason I haven't dropped out is because my parents, who are paying thousands and thousands of dollars, I don't drop out so they won't be disappointed. I work out every day and I try to stay busy, but most of the time I just feel terrible. I'm hoping you have some advice for me. If not, go fuck yourself. And if you do, thanks and go fuck yourself. All right. You obviously have a sense of humor. What would my advice be? You know what? I think you're trying too hard. All right? There's no reason to go to a party and not have a good time. Just go there and enjoy yourself. Don't worry about talking to women. Don't worry about trying to get laid. Just have a good time. Just enjoy yourself. Just go out in life and just fucking enjoy yourself. Okay? People are attracted to positive energy and somebody having a good time. It makes them want to be around you. And next thing you know, somebody's blowing you. I don't understand why the universe works that way, but it does. I know I am overly simplifying this. But, you know, it's good that you know that you're depressed. I was depressed for about 20 years and didn't realize it because I was so used to feeling that way. I thought it was just the normal, you know, just the normal state of things. I got to tell you this, dude. You are going to get a girlfriend and you're going to find love and you're going to get married. Okay? But I got to tell you, there's a fucking misery that comes to that life. All right? There's a great thing, but there's also a misery. And she feels it fucking too. And that's a part of you, the individual you dies. So right now, dude, the 40-year-old you is going to look back at if the 40-year-old you could get in a time machine and sit down with you right now and give you a fucking pregame speech before you went to that party, I mean, that would be like Scared Straight. He'd be right in your face. You know, you have any idea what it's like to get up at 5 in the morning and change a shitty diaper? You get to sleep 10 hours a fucking day. You can't put a smile on your face when you go to a fucking party. Single, you could fuck anything that walks. You go down to that 7-Eleven. Look at me. You go down to that 7-Eleven. You get yourself a box of fucking condoms. You stick them, you stick one in your pocket. Prepare for success. You iron your goddamn shirt, you get down there, you have a good fucking time. All right? You're only going to be this age once. You say something like that. All right? I'm telling you. You're only going to be this age once. You're in college, dude. You are at it's like you won the NBA draft lottery. Women there are in the prime of their fucking life. Most of them are fucking single. It's going to happen for you. But if you're walking around and you're depressed and you're carrying that with you, if you're moping around like that makes people fucking, not want to be around you. So I would say drinking's probably not a good thing because that is a depressant. So scratch that. I can't even remember if I fucking told you to have a couple of beers. I wouldn't do that. I would just fucking enjoy yourself. You know what I would do? I would go do some shit for you. Fuck trying to get a girlfriend. Fuck trying to get laid. Fuck all of that. Just go out and, what do you want to do? If you don't know what you want to do, go out and go try a bunch of different things and have a good time. Dude, you're single. Okay? You don't have to fucking deal with trying to figure out what's going to make them happy. Okay? Because as far as I can fucking tell, there isn't anything that's going to make them happy for longer than maybe a day. The amount of shit that you can do for them, and as you can tell, she's a couple of rooms away. The amount of shit that you can fucking do for them, and all it does is buy you a couple of days of happiness, is just fucking baffling. And I got to be honest with you. A lot of women look at it, guys, and they think that we're fucking stupid. And I think part of it is because they have the way their brain works, that multitasking, whatever it is, that shit talk that they always say, that women can multitask and guys can't. Well, I would say that generally speaking, this is very general, I think men have an advantage when it comes to just being happy. You know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't know it from my podcast and the way I talk and shit, but I'm happy as hell, and I've been happy for a long fucking time. All I need, dude, this is all I fucking need. The NFL package. I got a 6 of fucking Millers in my goddamn refrigerator. I got a new pair of sneakers or just some stupid bullshit like that. I order a fucking pizza. That's all I need. I'm happy the whole fucking day. I go on a hike with my dog in the morning. That's it. I'm good. Simple, stupid shit. Keeps me as a guy entertained. I don't have their high-level brain that they're always talking about and their ability. I can do 1,000 fucking things. Yeah, look at you. You're miserable. You're fucking miserable. So, I'm telling you, dude, you don't realize it, but where you are right now, dude, is you are in an absolute utopia. Do you know how many fucking guys right now would kill to be in your position? They'd even take 2 years of not getting laid. Who gives a fuck? Rub one out. Get on with your goddamn day. Get on with your fucking day of being single, not having to answer to anybody, and having the option of hitting on any beautiful woman that catches your eye. Take a trip anytime you fucking want. Go wherever you want to go. Do whatever the fuck. Dude, you're never going to and your parents are paying for your fucking education, dude. You're never going to be freer. All right? So start looking at your life that way. And I'm telling you, you're going to have a different fucking vibe. And and I'll tell you right now, you start doing that, good things are going to happen in the National Football League. No, I'm serious, dude. Something good is going to happen. But there will be a time in your fucking life, I'm telling you, where you will be married, you'll have kids, and you'll do that whole fucking thing. And that will be its own sort of utopia. But it's I don't know, dude, this is it's a beautiful, selfish time in your life that you should embrace. And you should not spend it feeling bad about yourself. All right? So there you go. Good luck to you.
All right. Hypocrisy of the female gender. Oh, Jesus. Come on, guys. Come on, ladies. You know what? Women, trash the guys. Let's have this fucking be balanced here. Fair and balanced. All right. What do we got here? Hypocrisy of the female gender. My batteries are going to run out here. I got to get through this one quickly. Hey, Bill, a.k.a. Bill Jizit shot during the summer. That really has nothing to do with my name. That's just sort of my first name and then a cum shot. But, you tried. He goes, I'm in a bit of a pickle. He's got gills. He's got a phallic vegetable. Is that a vegetable? Is a pickle a vegetable or a fruit? Well, let's see, Bill. You're planting cucumbers. It's not on a tree. It's in the ground. It's a fucking vegetable. Look at me, Mr. fucking Green Jeans here. Anyways, could be serious. Could be just something that'll blow over, but I'd like your opinion anyway. Here we go. A few days ago, while I was getting a coffee, I saw my girlfriend's best friend kissing a dude that doesn't look like her boyfriend. But like the rational human being that I am, I thought I asked my girl before I jumped to any conclusion. So I asked her if her boyfriend's still her boyfriend. She said yes and asked why, so I told her what I saw, and her reaction is something I didn't expect. She went silent. So I asked her if she already knew, and she said yes, and begged me not to tell the guy. So I said that I'd like to hear the story first. Oh, my story first? I don't know what the fuck. Well, I'm just going to read it the way he wrote it. So I said that I'd like to hear the story first so I can assess how I want to go about the situation. I'm sorry. And she refused. So I said, I guess it would be the same way if you were cheating on me, huh? You would act the same way and you two would conspire over it? And she denied that, started crying, and said she would never cheat on me. I told her it was fucking bullshit, that she's implying that this cunt of a best friend has even the slightest legit reason to be a piece of shit, and I eventually left to go get some air, though it was difficult since she caused a scene and started screaming down the hall for me. I love when they do that, right? Because the second a woman starts screaming in public, the guy's like, at the very least, a borderline rapist. All right. Well, so far, okay, I'm going to just read the rest of this. He goes, at that point, she was breaking down crying and asked me to come back, but I was fucking done. The funny thing about this is I barely even know the guy. I met him like twice. He seems like a cool, down-to-earth guy and all, but I don't really owe him anything. Yet, what's happening just triggers something in my mind, and I feel like I should tell him. Multiple people know his girlfriend is cheating on him, and he has no fucking clue. I really lost a lot of respect for my girlfriend, but she's always talks about loyalty and how important it is to her and how she hates cheaters because she knows how it feels to be on the other end. What a fucking hypocrite. When confronted with the situation head on, she just excuses it and mitigates it with secret... What? She mitigates it with secret court NSA legal reasoning. So I have to believe... Oh, no. Did it cut out? Is it cutting out? Hello, hello, hello. Something sounds weird. I think it's still taping, right? Oh, Jesus. All right, trying to read even faster here. The fuck is going on with the sound now? Hang on. There we go, I'm back. And I'm back. This is the worst read ever. I'm sorry, because this is very interesting. I can't even look at her or talk to her right now. Just thinking about the way she reacted to all of this still pisses me off. So what should I do here? Do I tell him? I don't know. Maybe I should just say, fuck him. He can't save the world, right? And what about my girlfriend? She's quick to say cheating's wrong until her and her group are the ones doing the cheating. Am I just slowly riding along this shit to eventual heartbreak? Help me out, Bill, you sexy beast, you. All right, well, there's a lot of variables here. It's really the cheating girlfriend has put your girlfriend in a position where she's dragged her into her shit, you know, where now she has to choose between her friendship to her and her feelings about cheating. And I imagine it's her friend. She loves her and she doesn't want to blow up her life. I don't know. I think what really needs to happen here is you don't need to get involved. I think your girlfriend needs to go to her girlfriend and tell her the situation that her cheating has put herself in. And that she needs to fucking end it with this other guy and grow up and start acting like a fucking adult because her piece of shit behavior is affecting your girlfriend's relationship. And where you never had trust issues, you now do. You know, I'm not saying that your thoughts that your current girlfriend will now cheat on you are unfounded, but there's two sides to loyalty too, where, you know, you help your friend move a body. You know, there's people like that. Like, you know, this cheater might be stringing your girlfriend along going, I know, I'm just confused right now. I'm sorry. I feel like I need something different, but I still love Mike. And I'm just doing a little dick shopping. I'm sorry. I had to see it. It's like the cock farmer's market, whatever the fuck she's saying, right? Fuck her friend. I feel bad for the other dude. What are you going to do? I would just sit down with your girlfriend and just be like, look, this is what has to go down. All right. You know, whatever the fuck I just said. You need to go talk to your girlfriend and tell her that she needs to fucking clear up her situation. Because it's affecting my relationship. Okay. Grow up, break up with this other fucking guy, you know, and, get on with your life. That's what I would suggest. But I don't think you're wrong to now be looking at your girlfriend like, what the fuck? And I never believe when a woman cries, when you call them out on shit. I never do, because I don't believe the crying as a rule, because they can cry on cue like Meryl Streep, you know. They just have access to that emotion, and it automatically makes them the victim. It makes you feel like you're a bully. I think you're 100% right to feel the way you did. You might have gone at her a little too strong. I've given you an option. I hope it works out for you. In the meantime, do you think you're going to marry this girl? Because if you don't, you're just wasting time, and this is a great fucking jump-off point to get the fuck out of it. You know? NFL football starts next month. That money you're spending on her going to the movies would look very nice with the NFL package. You got a lot of options here, sir. Good luck to you. All right, back to school. Hello, Mr. Burr. I'm about to start my sophomore year of high school soon, and I want to know if you can give me some advice. Yeah, don't do what I did. He said, my grades were pretty good last year, so that really isn't a problem. Dude, that's fucking huge. Keep your grades up. Keep your options wide open. Unlike mine, that fucking closed immediately. For this upcoming year, the grades aren't a problem for this upcoming year, but the girls of my school are. I have no problem making friends in both genders, but I can't really seal the deal with the ladies. I know I am young and probably shouldn't not be worrying about sex yet, but as a horny teenager, oh, Jesus Christ. Please tell me this is a guy. He said, I feel the need. Oh, he said with women. But, you know, you never know. He said, I feel the need to at least try and get laid. I can't seem to be taken seriously by girls in my school. They seem to think I'm just a comedian and not a possible sexual partner. Any advice on how to get with these girls? Any advice is appreciated. I know you get a lot of advice questions, so thank you very much for reading this. Ah, God damn it, he went respectful. I love your stand-up podcast and your film, blah, blah, blah. And Heat, Breaking Bad. Thank you. I appreciate all that. I didn't get laid in high school, so you're barking up the wrong fucking tree. I was you. I was making my friends laugh, but I didn't have women friends either. So you're further along than I am. So I actually am going to ask you, how did you do that? I wasn't even like, oh, dude, it was a fucking barren wasteland. My childhood was overloaded testosterone, so overloaded that like I don't even like. I am just getting, like, my views and understanding on women at 46, like, I should have been plowing through this at, like, 19. As far as understanding where they're coming from. So, what advice can I give you? Stop being friends with women. See, bad advice. Like, I wouldn't do that. There's that whole fucking bit Chris Rock did where if you stay friends with them too long, they view you that way, and then looking at you as a sexual partner becomes gross. So, this is the deal. I'm not going to go negative. Stay friends with the women you're friends with. All right? But don't become friends with any other ones. Hit on all the other ones. All right? If you're in a really small fucking pond, go to a fucking party the next town over and be the mysterious guy from the other town. Although if there's football players there, they might just beat the shit out of you. At least that's what would happen when I was a kid. So watch out for that shit. I don't know. I would say the upside is that college is only 2 years away. College is only 2 years away, and this is the deal. You're going to be thinking back all the fucking women that you could have fucking been having fun with. So you got to put it out there, man. I think that's what you're doing. I think you're being like you don't know how to fucking get into that traffic pattern. You're just sort of circling the fucking. You're in a holding pattern here, man. You got to try to come in for a landing. And I would say any girl that you are friends with, it's fucking over. Don't even try to hook up with them. Don't weird them out. All right? I would actually, you know what I would do? A couple of them, I would talk to them. And you know what? If you're friends with them, they'll try and hook you up with some other girl who they'll see as like, well, she wants to meet a boy. There you go. That might be the way to get in there. Hey, Nia, can you help this kid get laid? This is beyond my realm.
What are you talking about?
It's a kid in high school. Some kid in high school, he has no problem making friends. He's doing well in school. He has a lot of female friends, but he can't seem to get past that. So he's asking me, how does he get laid as a sophomore in high school? I was like, I didn't get...
Sophomore in high school?
Well, whatever. Hook up. Get him in the game. He wants some at-bats. All right?
Oh, it's so young and cute.
He doesn't want to be cute. This guy wants to be a badass, man. He's got Marlboro Man here. You got to build this dude up. So he's friends with a lot of women. So me, like a moron, you know what I said? I said, first thing you got to do, don't be friends with any more women. And I immediately heard your voice in my head going, you're such a fucking moron. So I was like, all right, scratch that. So I came up with, don't try to hook up with any of the girls you're friends with, because they've already stopped looking at you like you're a sexual being. It's going to seem gross.
You're already in the friend zone.
Yeah, the Chris Rock, classic Chris Rock, the friend zone. Mm-hmm. So I said, a couple of them that you feel like you can trust, just kind of put it out there, like, hey, I have girls, just you play, you back away, like, girls, they don't want to hook up with me. They just look at me like I'm just funny. And then they'll be like, what are you talking about? You have a lot to offer. And then I think that they'll maybe hook him up with some other girl that they know that is probably maybe saying the same shit.
Yeah, but he probably knows all those girls, though. I feel like he's got to move outside his circle of the girls that he's friends with. I mean, if he wants to sort of be like, do you guys think I don't know, do some sort of like, I don't know what. Am I cool? Am I like, do you think girls want to like date me? Because I just feel like,
You can't say, am I cool? Once you say, am I cool, you're not cool anymore. Well, I suggested that he go to another town, but I'm worried he's going to run into...
Another town?
Yeah, be the mysterious guy. Where you from? The next town over. You should see our 7-Eleven, baby.
If there's a girl that he likes, he should just go up and just start talking to her, but just make it clear, not by being like, I want to date you or I want to fuck you because I'm looking to get lit. Not like that, but just like...
Oh, that's bad?
Yeah. Just start like, just being funny and all that kind of stuff and just being cool with her. But definitely like, you got to put up the flirtatious vibe. That's what it is. It's all about properly flirting. You know what I mean? And not like lingering too long with it and not like, oh, can I, just showing up at her locker, in between classes already there. Like, hey, so going to algebra, huh? Like, not like that.
Yeah, lingering's bad. I learned that the hard way.
Were you a lingerer?
And I was quiet, so I look like a psycho.
Creepy, yeah, definitely. I could see that. I could definitely see that being your thing.
Oh, when I was younger? My thing, like I'm a fucking creep. I didn't know what to do. I was old Billy Freckles. I was a man without a country.
You just gotta just flirt with them. Just be cute with them. Give them a compliment. Don't go too overboard with it. Even if it's just something like,
All right, I'm gonna give you two compliments.
Hey, Sally, like, nice dress. Keep moving. Keep it.
Hey, Sally, nice dress. He's got to give him something better than that.
I'm not really good at this.
Okay.
Because I feel like it's like a natural thing that you have. It's all about, you know what it is, I think? I think once you're secure with yourself and you're not feeling those feelings of inadequacy, that's when that kind of natural swag can happen. You can't manufacture it. So that's why me trying to give him like lines to throw out sounds ridiculous because they're completely manufactured.
Yeah, and also you're a woman, so you don't have to like hit on people. You just show up and look cute.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, we've been through this before. I'm not getting into it again.
That's why at your cute age, your opening line is, "Hey, Sally, nice dress."
I know that really was a terrible. But just give out a compliment and keep it moving. That's all I'm saying.
Can you come up with a middle ground between "Hey, Sally, nice dress" and "Hey, Sally, nice fucking rack"? What I say?
I don't think that I can. Just make it something like, just offhanded. Oh, that's cool, or what's that, or da-da-da, or just ask about something about her. What's that book you're reading? I'm trying to put it in context of like a school type of situation, so it's not completely out of left field.
You know what you're good at? Starting the getting in.
Right.
Hey, what's that book you're reading? And then she's got to be like, it's fucking Harry Potter. And then you're like, yeah.
Saw that movie. That's pretty cool. Oh God, I'm the worst.
And then your face turns all red. Well, the thing about it is too is we're talking about teenagers here, so I don't know that this is fucking creepy.
We're a long ways away from being like in high school, so I can't even like go back there mentally to figure out how a boy that age would talk to a girl. I have no idea because I
can't remember anything previous to insult her a little bit. Like that's how I always hit on.
Negging.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, the old tearing them down, building them back.
No, not tearing them down, but just giving them shit in a funny way.
Yeah. Well, that's all. Yeah, that can be cute for sure. Tease, like a playful teasing.
Yeah.
But it's like you got to know the person well enough to do that. You know what I mean? It's like if it's some girl that he hasn't talked to in like 3 years, and all of a sudden he's like, yeah, fucking blah blah blah, and like she's gonna be like, what? Who's that?
Yeah, no.
Who was that? That's the worst.
I've learned all these lessons.
Who was that?
Did I ever tell you?
I feel like it's less about. Here's my final thought on it. I think it's less about. Oh, shut up. I think it's less about how do I get the girls to like me.
You told me to shut up?
Yeah, I did.
Why'd you tell me to shut up?
Because your face was saying things.
No,
I didn't
because
like
no,
I didn't like what your face was saying to me, so I told it to shut up.
I'm gonna tell you what I was imitating a woman's face when I said something to her one time. That was the face she made at me.
What do you mean? What did you say?
I was in between relationships.
You remember? Just spit it out.
No, because it's embarrassing. I was in between relationships, and all these comics were just like, dude, just fucking say it, and blah, 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 and just stay single, and just bang a bunch of broads, and blah, 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 blah. So I tried to be that guy. And it was sort of working for me, and then one night, it just completely backfired. I was at Dangerfield, and this woman came up to me and told me how much she liked my, blah, 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 blah. Started the small talk and everything, and then I tried to be, leather jacket guy. I said, hey, you want to just cut through the bullshit? I mean, I live right up the street if you want to come.
Oh.
Yeah, and she just went like, what? Huh? No. And she slowly backed away, and I was like, I It took me
Blew it, BB. You blew it.
There was nothing to blow. It was just fucking. It wasn't even there. There was no situation. I misread the whole thing.
I feel like this kid has just got to just get his confidence and his own personal swag going. That's all it is. It's like I feel like it's not about the other people so much as about how you feel about yourself, you know. But I feel like that's also like a concept that's kind of hard for people that.
You know what, dude? You're gonna figure it out. Just keep fucking trying.
Say hi. Just say hi. Hey, how's it going? And keep moving. That's what I feel like. You know how you're talking about the mystery.
That's way better than hi, Sally. Nice dress.
I know. That was the fucking worst advice ever.
You know, judging by your skills and some of the shit that I said back in the day, I don't know how we ever fucking met.
How did we make it? Because I think we're both, you know. It just
Nerds.
made sense.
All right, beat it. I got to read the advertising and wrap this up.